Warm welcome to brothers and sisters who have attended the Compass Learning Center, and Alhamdulillah, we every year put on this program and this little seminar for people who are going to Hajj. And as I was just mentioning, that I think from the millions and billions of Muslims around the globe, you should count yourself very fortunate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has invited you personally, one by one, individually, to go to Hajj, Alhamdulillah. Because in my lifetime I have seen many people, and I'm sure you have, who have got good health, good wealth, got no problems, nothing stopping them. The only thing is they're not getting dawah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go to Hajj. There is so many people in the world who are much more better than me in terms of finance, in terms of wealth and health, but 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and they've not gone to Hajj. And the angel of death has come and taken the way, and they've not had an opportunity. So you have to first believe that you are very special. And you have to also believe that no one can go to Hajj with their own will. Because I'm Chaudhry Saab, because I'm Pathan, because I'm Sheikh, because I'm Talukdar, because I'm wealthy, because I've got money, I'm going to Hajj. That's not possible. You have to believe that the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chose you, and Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been kind to you. That's why He has called you for Hajj. Never ever think that I'm going Hajj on my own resource. Always think that I'm going to Hajj because Allah has called me. So Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, we are very blessed. And if you have attitude like that, number one, your intention will be right. If the intention is right, the amal will be right. If the amal is right, then the effects of the amal will be right. If the intention is wrong, the amal will be wrong. The Hajj will be wrong. And when you come back from Hajj or during Hajj, you will get no benefit of Hajj. It's like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, in the month of Ramadan, a lot of people stay hungry and a lot of people stay thirsty. The reality is they have not benefited from the fast. They have just stayed thirsty and hungry for nothing. Equally in Hajj, if my intention is not right, if I'm going to Hajj because, oh, my daughter's old now, my son's old now, I have to get them married, and it's time for me now to do Hajj, so people can read on the wedding card, Haji Surkumali. Or if someone thought, well, I was going to go to Turkey for a holiday, let me go to Hajj instead. Wrong intention. If someone said, oh, my son's getting married, my daughter's getting married, I heard in Saudi the gold is cheap. Chalo lage haath Hajj bhi kar lenge, sona bhi le lenge. Intention wrong, Hajj wrong, no swab. You're just like going and coming back on a holiday. And the Prophet ﷺ said, before the day of judgment, people will go to do the Hajj of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's house for 3 reasons. Wrong reasons. One, like I mentioned, holiday. Thoda bahut sair tafree ho jaye. Okay? Now the Muslim community, Bangladeshi, Pakistani especially, we don't like going Bangladesh, India, too much headache, too much stress. So we go to Turkey instead, enjoy our holiday, relax. Some people have the same intention for Hajj, na'uzubillah. Now we'll go there, holiday, sightseeing, relax karke aa jayenge. No, intention is wrong. Secondly, for business purposes. Some people would go, oh, I need to buy, I've got a hijab shop or abaya shop or jubba shop, I'll go to Umrah. It's my business trip, lago hath Umrah karke. That's a wrong intention. The intention should be, the intention is the most important. Imam Bukhari rahmatullahi alayhi, when he opened his book and when he wrote his book and he started his book, the first hadith he quoted was, Innamal a'malu bin niyat. All actions are according to intention. So the first most important thing is, every day from now, before you go to sleep, before you go anywhere, I want you to think about, Ya Allah, what is my intention of going to Hajj? And the intention should be, number one, it is mandatory, Allah has made it first upon me to go to Hajj. Number two, I am only going to please my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number three, I am going to Hajj so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can forgive all my sins and it's a fresh start for me as a newborn baby. This is the intention we should have. And we need to check our intention every night, every morning, and we need to prepare ourselves mentally and physically. When I say physically, for people like me who don't do exercise, it's very important physically. If you drive to the mosque, don't drive to the mosque, walk to the mosque. If you want to go to town center, walk to the town center. I'll tell you why. Because this is a very, very physical worship. And if you've got sugar diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, all three number one Asian community in, if you've got sugars, if you've got cholesterol, if you've got blood pressure, start practicing from now. Because when you go to Saudi, in the hustle and bustle of the people, the stress levels build up. When the stress builds up, your blood pressure level builds up, your sugar builds up, your cholesterol level builds up. That's why from now, you need to do your physical exercise as well. Every now and then, when you wake up in the morning, put your hands up, do head, shoulder, knees and toes with the children if need be, and prepare yourself physically. The reason why I say this is when you go there, inshallah, you'll be like 10 men. And you need to be like 10 men. And inshallah, as the journey carries on, and as we talk you into the training, I will share a couple of my personal experience that I have had, and inshallah, you will learn from that as well. So the first most important thing which I said was, inshallah, brothers and sisters, is our intention. If the intention is right, the amal is right, the effects are right, and we are going to be beneficial. If the intention is wrong, the amal is wrong, the effects are wrong, we've not benefited. And also remember that this is the only one opportunity in your life you're going to get to do your first Hajj. Okay, now mark this very carefully. Now the reality is, how many of you have done your Hajj already before? How many of you have been Umrah before? Okay. Now the reason why I say this is the lifetime opportunity, because Hajj, first Hajj only happens once in lifetime. You can go to Hajj after this, but that won't be your first Hajj. That will be your Sunnat Hajj or Hajj Batal for someone else. So this time you go in, it needs to be bang on, 100%. Not what, oh I heard my elders saying this, I heard my elders saying this, which is good. But the thing you have to remember is, inshallah, I have to do Hajj according to how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us to do Hajj. Now, the Hajj, when we do Umrah, you go in a particular direction. If I thought I'm from Oldham, I'm different, I'm going to go in another direction, is your Umrah going to be done? No. So that's why in Hajj especially, you get a lot of people talking about the masalas that they don't know, and at the end they just get tensed and stress themselves. We don't want to do that. We want to do it one time, we want to do it correctly and according to how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah wants to do Hajj, and how He wants it from us. So we have to listen to it carefully. The reason why we do this in this manner is, there is hundreds of books on Hajj. And alhamdulillah, you should have a book on Hajj, there's nothing wrong with that. But the reason why we show you this is, when you see something, you can put it into your brain. You can put it into your soul. And inshallah, the way we're going to do this, if not at least 10-15 times, inshallah, during the Hajj period, you will remember Mufti Sahab, and inshallah you will make dua for me. That's why, although I'm very tired, although I'm not very well, every year when it comes to this time, I definitely love teaching people about Hajj, is because I know at least even someone out there will put the hand up and say, "Chalo, ko bhi dua mein shamil kar lo." Isliye, without any condition attached, I come here regardless of what I've got on. And inshallah, by seeing it practically, dekha emon ek jinish, dekhille jinishta mone roy. Bole beta ovai gesil hibai gesil na. And then what happens is, when you are educated yourself, when you see people doing it wrong way, you can also advise them. I know hundreds of ulamas who go there and they start getting baffled because they've just read it in a book. Reading is one thing and practical experience is another thing. So inshallah that's the idea. So going back to the intention, niyat is the most important. If your niyat is right, as humans wrong will happen, but the Almighty Allah will forgive. But if the niyat is wrong, if someone, you've gone to a Hajj with, I'll give you a little example. You're reading namaz, and all of you suddenly you see some people from your group come, and you know them, and you do, and your intention is, the guy next to me should see and say, Baba re Baba, namaz to go dekha, ina namaz lekha. नमाज पढ़ने वाले तो बहुत ही देखा, लेकिन इस जैसे सूफी को मैंने नहीं देखा। अगर इस नियत से मैंने नमाज पढ़ा तो इस नमाज का कोई फायदा नहीं, क्योंकि नियत ही गलत है। नियत very important. How I'm going to do the Hajj training program is inshallah. How many of you are from Oldham? MashaAllah. Chalo, we're going to start the journey from Oldham, from your house. Okay, and I'm going to make an individual journey. How much have you paid for your Hajj packages? Around 4,000 pounds? Chalo, mujhe 4 pounds de dena. I'll take you from Manchester to Makkah to Madinah to Jeddah and bring you back. The only payment I want is concentration. So brothers and sisters, I want you to concentrate and look and follow everything I say. Right, who's going for Hajj next week? Anyone? Brother, what time are you going? What date? 11th inshallah. 11th of September. What day is it?
Thursday.
What time is the flight? 12 in the afternoon. Okay, what's your name, brother? Faisal. We're going to use brother Faisal as an example, and he is going to be the character of our journey from Manchester, Oldham to Makkah and to Medina, and the 4 weeks is going to stay there. Which airlines are you flying? Saudi Airlines, mashallah. So as I said, now the day is up to Hajj, you need to do something. Number one, you need to think about, in my 40 years of my life, living in Oldham, who have I upset? I'm sure there's people in my family. I'm sure there's people in my community. I'm sure when I used to work in the mills, I didn't used to like someone, or they didn't used to like me. Or forget me upsetting them, they have been upset by me, or I have upsetted them. I want you to think about all the people that you know maybe not happy with you, or maybe you've done something wrong, and I want you to make a list of them people. When you have made a list of them people, I want you to phone them, text them. However, brother Amjad, for the past 2-3 years I've not been talking to you. For Allah's sake, forgive me, I'm going on Hajj. Forgive me, I'm going on Hajj. So many women, family problems. 2 years, 3 years, totally upset with them. I need you to phone them and to say to them, I'm going for Hajj. For Allah's sake, Allah was telling me. Because I tell you why. Because Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can forgive all your sins, but Allah does not forgive hukukul ibad. What you have done to a fellow human, Allah will not forgive you. In the hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, on the day of judgment, that person, you need his forgiveness. If he doesn't forgive you, then you need to take his sin, give your good deed, and there's a long hadith. So you need to ask for forgiveness from anyone that you have upsetted in your past 40, 20, 30, 15 years. Okay? That's very important. Secondly, obviously sometimes you can't go to every individual and say, oh, I'm going Hajj, make dua for me. I'm going Hajj, make dua for me. I'm going Hajj, make... Some people might say, Adil ki lafz zayga. For those ones. Yeah, achanak Hajj mein ja raha hai, log ko advertise kar raha hai. For the male folk, another good way of doing this is, on your masjid, your local masjid that you go to, ask the Imam Sahib, if you can't stand up, ask the Imam Sahib to tell people that Fulana Haji Sahib is going to Hajj, please make dua for him, and he's asking forgiveness. Have that courage. तो ये करने से क्या होगा इंशाल्लाह, जिसके दिल के अंदर जो भी है छोड़ देगा. You're conscious, you're clear now. You've done your bit, you've done your part. Alhamdulillah, you have solved all your hukukul ibad problem out. and now you are ready. So I need you to do this before the 11th of September. Before the 11th of September, Faisal Mia will be feeling up and down. Every one of you will be feeling up and down. Sometimes you feel spiritual. Allah, I'm going for Hajj. Sometimes you'll be a bit parishan. Oh, what am I going to do there when I go there? Sometimes I'm going to think about my family that I'm leaving behind. Sometimes you're going to think, I'm just going school niya khel dibo. Tinta niya khan bo, amar restaurant kilam solbo. Ya Allah, delivery day ba faisina take away kilam solbo. बहुत सारे परेशानी आएंगे. इंसान है ना भाई. हमें भी होता है. ऐसे नहीं कि मौलवी है उसको नहीं आता, उसको ज्यादा आता है. हैं? So all these parishanis will come to you. But you need to prepare yourself. Your one statement in your mind is, I am going for Hajj, I am not bothered. I am not bothered. पूरा जिंदगी दे दिया. हाजी साहब ये जो सफेद हुए वैसे तो नहीं हुए ना. बहुत पापड़ बेलने पड़े, फिर जाके सफेद हुए. Entire life we spent for the dunya. This 1 month is for me and my Allah, no one to disturb me. And if you have borosa and tawakkul like that inshallah, to my best of my knowledge, I have given everything to my family. Inshallah, I am leaving only for the purpose of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah will take care of your family. Inshallah. Allah will take care of your business, inshallah. Allah will take care of your car, inshallah, your house, inshallah. Everything Allah will take care of. As long as your niyat is that, oh Allah, I am going in your path, I don't know anything, oh Allah, tawakkal to Allah. So if you make this niyat from the start, inshallah, you're mazboot. Anything that comes your way won't disturb you, won't make you parishan. You'll feel better, you'll feel more energized. You know the problem within our Asian community is, we think and stress so much, Allah, kitoibo. And halake nothing happens, but you know this stress that we build up, it stops us from doing anything good. So anxiety level, the best way to control that is, leave everything in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hands, and then you are prepared. So comes the 11th day of September, and this brother, inshallah, he is going to leave for Manchester airport from home. After reading Fajr Namaz on the 11th, he is going to come back, he is going to have good breakfast, okay? There's one thing I don't like. Some people become so much Sufi, or they try to become so much Sufi, are you with me? And then Hajj becomes burden on them. That is not the intention. If you were to ask me, Ustadji, can I do shopping? Yes, you can do shopping. Ustadji, do I have to sit in harem for 24 hours? No, you don't have to. Yes, Ustadji, can I enjoy it? Within Sharia bound, enjoy it. इसमें कोई पाबंदी नहीं है. If you've gone to Hajj with your wife, this is the best time and this is the most rememberable time you will have. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gel your hearts like this. So if it needs be with your wife, hold her hand. As long as you're not in Ihram, go around Haram. Do tawaf together. Sit down in Haram and just look at the Kaaba. Do all this. There is no restrictions. There is absolutely no restrictions. But if you say, I'm going to just go into Haram and read Namaz and read Quran and sit there, I have to, that is not Hajj. That is not Hajj. Enjoy yourself within the limits of Sharia. Don't put extra burden, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't. The Sahabas didn't. There is time and place for everything. And I will give you a practical example later on of people that I've seen who've done all this, and at the end when it came to the day of Hajj, they were like that. Why do you come for Hajj? So if you, before Hajj, if your body is very weak, then the objective of coming to Hajj is defeated. So use your brain, use your akal. So on the 11th, my brother is ready to go to Hajj. The first thing, inshallah, after he's done his breakfast, everything, he's going to have a ghusl. Not a normal ghusl. Shower ke andar gaya, put it on. No. ऐसे नहीं. You need to think, Ya Allah, this is my last ghusl. इसके बाद जो है, I will not have a chance to do ghusl. If someone said to you with a gun that you stand here and do ghusl, this is your last ghusl, and then I'm going to shoot you, कैसे ghusl करेंगे? This is how you need to do ghusl. You need to remove your all unwanted hair, all male and female, all unwanted hair. You need to remove that, and you need to do proper ghusl. After you've done proper ghusl and you're proper happy that inshallah this ghusl I am ready now, you need to come out. After you come out, depending on where you will land, obviously you will have a handbag, and please Allah ke waste, I am begging you, when we go to Bangladesh, we know we can only take 30 kg. Please, there's no need, brothers and sisters. Allah will give you everything in Saudi. Don't take baby lotion 3 bottles. Don't take 2 bundles of ear cleaning. Don't do that. Only necessity. Only necessity. Some clothes, okay? If you can't wear the jubbas, you're comfortable in your salwar kameez, no problem. If you're comfortable in your shirt and your trousers, no problem. If you're comfortable in your t-shirt, brothers, take your t-shirt. Only the necessity things that you need. Only pack that in the suitcase. Send it off, and you need to have your handbag with you. Now, for many of you, will you be going to Mecca first or Medina first? Mecca. Okay. Will you be going to Mecca first, brother? Inshallah. So, in your handbag, make sure you've got your ihram. Okay? From England, I recommend that you take 2 pieces of ihram, 2 sets of ihram. One you put in your handbag, and one you put in your luggage. If you want to be extra careful, then put both of them in your handbag. But inshallah, zururat nahi hai, one will be enough. This ihram is only for male, not women. Your ihram is different than the male. Male will take this ihram and you'll put it in your handbag. And then I want you to also buy sandals. You can't wear the bata sandals that we wear from Bangladesh, mashallah. None of them. The normal slippers, flip-flop that have two straps. So this part needs to be bare. समझ में आ गया? You know them very cheap ones you get. Sandals with 2 straps.
कैंची है
जी?
कैंची की तरह होता है.
हाँ, कैंची की तरह होता है. So you need to take that slipper and take the ihram, put it in your handbag. ठीक है. You're wearing your normal clothes. Don't wear ihram from home. You don't need to. Because as soon as you put the ihram, if you're someone shauqeen and want to eat a lot of food, chocolate, cornetto, ice cream, pan, someone like me, by the time you get to haram, this will be red. So Allah ke waste, don't put it on from home. No need. Have it in your handbag. This is as important as your passport. I've seen a lot of people, they've got a handbag, they've got makeup, they've got a little mirror, they've got everything, but they forgot the ihram. So when they get to wherever they're going to stop off, they come and say, "Oh Mufti Sahib, I don't have an ihram." So what do you do there? If you're clever and if you took 2, love for your brother what you love for yourself, you give him the extra 1. But a lot of people forget to put the ihrams in. They think, oh, we'll go to Mecca and do it. But you can't pass that stage without the visa, which is the ihram. So this is as important as your passport. Take it. So you go through Manchester Airport. Okay? Before, I've missed a very important point. That is, before you leave your homes, brothers and sisters, you need to read 2 rakat Salatul Hajat. Okay? And you need to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, I am not worthy of this journey. Only you protect me. Oh Allah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But oh Allah, I hope I do it right. Oh Allah, help me. Oh Allah, I leave my family, my community, my society behind me in your hands. Oh Allah, protect them. In the first rakat, you read Kul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. In the second rakat, you read Kul Huwallahu Ahad. Okay? And then happily, smilingly, you leave your home. And let me also tell you, if there's 2 people traveling to Hajj, don't order a minibus to go to Manchester Airport. That's another habit of ours. Because it gets jam-packed in Manchester Airport. Okay? Whoever's going to travel with you, alhamdulillah, and who's not going to travel with you at home with a smiling face. Not upset, not crying. Okay, embrace everyone smilingly. Because if your beginning of the journey starts with a smiling, inshallah, the end will be with smiling. Dil nahi todne ka. You're not going on somewhere which is wahan agar Allah rakh bhi le, alhamdulillah. If even Allah keeps us there, alhamdulillah. So none of this sadness. Kushi avastha. You tell your children, make dua for them. You tell your children, you ask them that what dua shall I make for you? Huh? You make dua for us, we're going to Hajj. What dua shall I make for you? And inshallah, happily you come to Manchester Airport. Now there's the one most important word that you have to remember throughout this journey is, anyone know? No. No. Because labbaik you only need it for 3-4 days. There is one word I'm looking for that you need. Anyone who's got that one word in their minds will be a successful Hajj, inshallah. It starts with a swad, sabr. From the moment you leave your house, for these 4 weeks, if you can practice sabr, your Hajj will be 100% easy and acceptable. So when you go to Manchester Airport and you look at the board and it says Saudi Airlines 2 hours delay, and you say, bloody hell, every time. Umrah is declining. Oh, ticket finish. What's happened? Sabr is gone. Brothers, I've seen people in Ihram. I've seen people with long beards, with big tasbeehs, swearing away at the Hajj tour operator. The reality is the tour operator or his dad or his granddad or the prime minister can't do anything. But the shaitan is constantly with you. And you're in Ihram, you're swearing away. You're not doing damage to anyone, you're doing damage to your own Hajj. So now, because of 1.5 hour delay, you start shouting and creating a scene there. No good. Always remember, I tell you, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. You will face so many problems. Okay? And you will be thinking, oh, it's my Hajj tour operator. Or had I gone with him, it'd be like this. Had I gone with... No, brother. Qaddarallahu ma sha, whatever is in your taqdeer, it will happen. Some things, yes, you can avoid. Some things is it doesn't matter how much you try, you can't avoid it. So don't spare your Hajj, don't destroy your Hajj because of that. That's very important. Alhamdulillah, you've gone to Manchester Airport, you give your passport, you give your visa, they give you boarding card. I don't want you to waste your time. From the moment you set your foot out from your house, from Oldham, inshallah, you are on the register of Haji. So now whatever you do, you are blessed in the sight of Allah. So the best way to do this is have a little tasbih with you and make intention. Inshallah, before I reach to Makkah, I should be able to read 10,000 astaghfirullah, astaghfar. So if you have a target that you need to fulfill, then you won't ask the next guy, oh, how much did yours cost? Oh, are you in 5-star? Are you in 3-star? Kita go po in fan asini. Magmafan na kasya fan. Kitat zorda king fudini. You won't have time for that because you've got a target to meet. 10,000 istighfar. Okay. Now you have set your foot out. No turning back. Inshallah, all the way there, completing Hajj, and if Allah wills, come back. So now this brother Faisal. Okay, he's left his family, he's on his own now, he's still in his normal clothes, his ihram is inside his bag. Okay, depending on which airlines you go with, you will have a stop, a destination where you will stop. I went with Air Egypt, so we stopped in Cairo, Kahira. When we stopped in Egypt, they said, put your ihrams on. Okay. So we put our ihram on in the airport. Now, some people, are you going to stop anywhere in between?
Not really sure.
You're not really sure?
No,
Okay.
don't think.
Can the sisters hear alright? So now, depending on where you will stop, inshallah, this is where you will put your ihram on. Okay? Now, we stopped at Egypt, so this is where we put our ihram on. Remember, we're only putting the ihram on. We are making no niyat, we're not doing nothing, we're just putting our ihram on. Brothers and sisters, if you are going to stop somewhere before you get to Jeddah, then wait for the stop and put your ihram on in the airport. Don't put it on in the airplane. Because I tell you what happens. There's the cubicle which is this big. Someone like my size, just about move inside. Huh? And then people put the ihram on and there's water up to here in the toilets. And then you think to yourself, is this parked, is this not parked? If your ihram is not parked, your umrah is out of the window, finish. And you can't move and you can't wear it properly and there's so many difficulties. That's why if you're going to stop somewhere in between, my recommendation is you put your ihram on there. Now you can only put your ihram on there if it's in your handbag. If it's not in your handbag, then what's happened? You can't put your ihram because you haven't got it, have you? So please remember this, don't make this mistake. Okay. And then we're going to put the ihram on. 1 minute break. Let me go and put my ihram on. Bismillah. How many of you have worn an ihram before? Now, brothers, I'm in Cairo airport and I'm going to put my ihram on. If I can, I should have a shower. But if I can't have a shower, don't say, oh, Mufti Sahib said you have to have shower. No. Yassiru wala tuassiru. Make it easy for people, not difficult. Do wuzu properly. Sufficient. Because you've done shower from home. If you can't, it's sunnah to have a shower. If you can't, do wuzu, that's sufficient. And then you're going to wear your ihram. Okay. For the Bangladeshi people who wear lungi, ihram's not an issue. Because they're used to it. Used to it, Naniba? 20 seconds, you. No problem. That's why ihram, it has to be worn in a specific way. So this is the male ihram. Now, don't be closing your feet and doing the ihram. I'll tell you why. Because if you kick someone, you'll fall back. No flexibility, you'll be walking like that. So your group will be there and you will be like this. No good. So there's a practical way of wearing ihram. Spread your feet out wide. Okay. This right one across there, left one across there, and then just tuck it up. When I went the first time, there was a revert brother with me. And he said, Mufti Sahib, it's going to come off. I said, I'll give you £10 if you can take my ihram off. So he come and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled. It won't come off. Don't need to worry. You need to remember it needs to be above your ankle. Okay? And because I did this, look how much flexibility I've got. Laagte ushubida, boite ushubida, haite ushubida, futte ushubida. And if it's restricted like that, problem. So, feet wide apart, wear your hand like this. So, Mrubai, I will take questions afterwards. Remember it, please. And the top part, just wear it like a normal chadar. Sabdar janan kindoi. Fine. Okay.
किसी भी साइड पे डाल सकते हैं.
किसी भी साइड पर डाल सकते हैं. लेकिन तवाफ के दरमियान कुछ करना पड़ता है जिसको इस्तिबा कहते हैं. इंशाल्लाह वो आएंगे. Well, I will take questions, inshallah. Remember your questions. So, I've just worn my ihram. Did I make any niyat?
No.
I didn't make no niyat, did I? Until I don't make niyat, I am free to do anything. I'm not in the halat of ihram. Okay. Now, you've got 5-10 minutes, whatever. Go to a corner somewhere. Cover your head with this chadar. Or if you've got a hat, it doesn't matter. Cover your head. And this covering the head is not to scare anyone. It's not for that. घबराओ नहीं. हमारे मुल्क में ऐसे करते हैं ना तो मालूम होता है कि कोई डाकू आया है. ऐसे नहीं करो. This is for one specific reason. Is to tell yourself and the people around you that you're not a muhrim yet. You're not a muhrim yet. You're not in the state of ihram. Cover your head and read 2 rakat namaz of ihram. Like the way you read 2 rakat nafil namaz, similarly you read 2 rakat namaz of ihram. No intention yet. Okay. I tell you why you shouldn't do intention. As soon as you do intention, you become a muhrim. Muhrim means a person who is in state of ihram. Now when you're in the state of ihram, if you do that, scratch your head and the hair falls down, you have to give them. If you put a bit of attar on, you have to give them. If you chew a chewing gum which has a flavor, you have to give them. If you kill the insect, you have to give them. So at this stage, we're still in Egypt, we've boarded the plane, we've not made intention. When do you make intention? You make intention when the pilot of the plane or the crew cabin make announcement that you are almost about to cross the miqat. Miqat is that destination where foreigners, Britishers like us, who have come from foreign, we cannot enter the miqat without the state of ihram. If we did, we have to pay them. That is the point where you make intention. Allahumma inni urid al-umrah fayassirha li wa taqabbalha minni. This is the time when you put your head down and you say, Ya Allah, I make intention for umrah, make it easy for me and accept it on my behalf. If you know the Arabic, well and good. If you don't know Arabic, Bangla, Ya Allah, ami umrah niyat khulna, amar umrah re qabul korin janu, amar dai आसान करिए दिन जानू. उर्दू में अगर हो सके, या अल्लाह मैंने उम्रा की नियत किया है, मेरे लिए आसान करो और मेरे जानिब में कबूल. ये नियत करके लब्बैक अल्लाहुम्मा लब्बैक, लब्बैक ला शरीक लक लब्बैक, इन्नल हम्दा वन निअमत लक वल मुल्क ला शरीक लक. तलबिया जोर से मर्द हज़रात के लिए जोर से 3 मर्तबा 3 टाइम्स तलबिया पढ़े, बेटिंते आस्ते आस्ते तलबिया 3 बार पढ़ो. From that moment you are a muhrim. You are in the state of ihram. You can't cover your hair. You can't cover your head. You can't scratch your body. If you did and the hair broke off, you would have to pay them. You are muhrim now. For the women, the ihram is the normal burqas, the normal hijab, and the face shouldn't be touched by cloth. So if you wear a niqab, the niqab shouldn't be touching your face. Okay? If you want to wear a niqab, there is a slight cap you get. You've seen in Hajj. You can buy them in Egypt or anywhere at Hajj time, and the veil needs to fall over the cap. If you just wear a normal hijab, then your face shouldn't be covered with the cloth. And apart from that, your ihram is your normal clothes. Now, I recommend people, women especially, you've seen them dupattas that you get the big and they cover all the top body. That is something good to wear for ihram. Because in that way you cover your top part of the body and your hair and then your normal hijab. Don't be wearing expensive salwar kameez, or definitely don't be wearing anything tight. Everything should be loose. No makeup, no nail polish, no lipstick, no eyelashes. The only reason I know that is because I'm like you married. None of that, please sisters. Okay? No perfume that the next man can smell. In the state of ihram, it is haram to wear any kind of perfume, deodorant, thinking, oh, I'm smelling, No. Allah wants you to be like that. Because this should remind you of your kafan. And when a dead body passed away, brother, and you've seen a dead body, can he put deodorant on? Can he do anything? If he is pushed, is he going to push him back? If he is slapped, is he going to slap back? No. Once you wear your ihram, you are in your kafan. Like a dead person can't do anything, you just think to yourself, I can't do anything. You can't cover your hair. Okay? So the women ihram is your normal clothes, and the men ihram is this 2 pieces of cloth. Why do you think it's 2 pieces of cloth? Does anyone know? Why do we have to wear this? Why can't we just wear a white jubba and do it? Why?
Sunnah for the Rahim.
Sunnah, that's one thing. And what's the purpose of the uniform? I tell you what the purpose is. Chaudhry Saab's a millionaire, I'm a chaprasi. Chaudhry Saab's gone for Hajj, I've gone for Hajj. It doesn't matter how rich you are going to wear the same clothes in the Darbar of Allah as the normal person. It's to show that in Islam, the best one amongst you is the one who is muttaqi and pious. It's not the worldly status. And that's why Allah has said, you're the mehman of my house, you're going to wear the same uniform. Because in my eyes, it doesn't matter if you're millionaire or billionaire, it matters what's inside here. And that's what Islam is. And that's why we wear these two clothes. One, it resembles the kafan, it's like the kafan. And secondly, it's the unity between the Muslim community. Is that clear? Good. So now, I've got my ihram on. I don't have to do nothing with it. I can't cover my hair. I'm just like this. And Alhamdulillah, Brother Faisal from Manchester after 13 hours has arrived at Jeddah. Jeddah. You know, when we come to Manchester airport, after we've been to Bangladesh and Pakistan, and there's massive queues, and within the 5 minutes the queue goes like this, boom, and you think we're in paradise. And when we go to our countries, the immigration officer looks at your passport, he doesn't even talk to you, very arrogant. And if you see that and you're in Dhaka, you've got more problems. They don't want to talk to you. Same you're going to experience in Jeddah. I'm telling you, they're sitting there, just talking to one another. You will go inside, it's like a cage they've got built around, and you're going to be sitting there like as if you're prisoners. Don't let your Britishness come out then. Don't think, oh, I'm going to go and complain. Because I tell you what, your BP level is going to go high, nothing's going to happen. Don't think, oh, I'm British, how dare they treat me like that? Are you with me? Because I did that. He sent me back of the queue. So I waited 4 hours, another 3 hours I was back of the queue. You know why? I said to them, do you have a system in place? And they showed me the system. So then what happened to me, brother? Everyone else went. And when I came, are you with me? You know, I was fuming. It's my first time. Young, blood was hot. Are you with me? It's like coming here. অনেক মানুষ আমার দেশ হইলে দেখাইলাম নে বাবাজি মাথা নিচে সবার হাজি don't try to be or act any smart or any diplomatic or think I've got right as a British, you don't have any right. So the best thing is stay quiet. You've got your target to meet. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. You do your tasbih. The women folk, please don't stress the men out. Because they don't understand and they say, Jauji, go and talk to them. They put a lot of pressure on. Sisters and brothers, no one can do anything there. If your mentality is tuned to the Sabr program, inshallah you'll be successful. Now, a lot of the time when you get to Jeddah, they take your passport off you. Don't get scared. Because I've seen a lot of people don't want to give the passport and start fighting. And I don't blame you to think like that. Because they take everyone's passport and they put it in a sack and they tie it up and they have 101 stickers on it and they just put it in a sack and they just chuck it behind them. And you think, how dare, it's a British passport. My brothers, that's normal procedure. Every one of you at the Hajj will be, when you enter Jeddah, will be given a wristband. A red wristband with number between 40 to 49. That wristband is very important. I'll tell you why later on. That is your token for your passport. Okay? So let them take the passport away, they will take it. You will not see your passport throughout the Hajj period. Okay? You will see when you go to Madinah when they've got a list, and that is when you need to hear out for your name, Muhammad Akram. They will say Muhammad Akram. That means that Muhammad Akram's passport is with the authority and that's why the name is on the list. Don't get worried. A lot of people start stressing, oh, when I'm going to get my passport back, and they phone home, oh, we've lost our passport. You've not lost your passport. So these are practical things you will not get in book. Don't get stressed about it. So alhamdulillah, they've took your passport, you're in Jeddah airport, and your coach will come inshallah. And from Jeddah to Makkah, I am warning you, it is only 43 kilometers. However, my brothers and sisters, It can take up to 21 hours, 17 hours, 15 hours to actually reach inside your hotel. I am telling you this, the first time when we went, it took us 14 hours. The second time when I went, it took us 18 hours from Jeddah to inside our hotel room. So I am telling you this now because don't be thinking, oh, it's only happening to me. Sisters and brothers, it happens to everyone. Some day, on a good day, you may get there in 5 hours. It's just the traffic, as soon as it comes to harem, it just builds up. And obviously because there's so much luggage that you have bought or the guy needs to put into your hotel, and there's so much traffic from harem, and especially now when it's more congested, you will have that problem. So remember what Mufti Sahib said, sabr. Kya karna hai? Sabr. And if you do sabr, then you know that jo bhi ho, I'm on my journey. Always think like that. Even if I was to sit in my couch not doing anything, alhamdulillah, I'm getting reward. I'm getting reward. So niyat zehniyat ho, to inshallah parishani nahi hai. And especially sisters, you're not the only one who's going through that. Everyone who come to Hajj will go through this. Now think about it like this. If you thought 100 years ago, only 100 years ago, to get to Hajj, 3 months there, 3 months back, 6 months. Here, within hours, Brother Faisal from Oldham, within hours he's in Makkah. So Allah ni shukr karo, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So now when you've reached your hotel, you put your luggage down. Okay, a lot of people make this mistake. They put the luggage down and straight away they go to the Kaaba. Don't do that. Because they think, that's why you're here for. Don't do that. If you've got time, go into the shower. Slowly put water over your body if you need be. Don't do the full shower because you're going to break hairs off. Okay? Just put water with the intention to thando ilo shorila. Because this journey, this fume and this everything, how I look at it is, I'm the mehman of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to Allah's house. I shouldn't be, are you with me? So, cool yourself down. If you don't want to cool yourself down, do wuzu properly. Have a nice cup of tea. Lipton tea. And carnation milk tea. And this much sugar, slap it in. And if you like a nice cold drink, don't be shy. Buy yourself a cold drink. And freshen up. Because remember, this is the one golden opportunity first Hajj that I've come for. Okay? And after once you are ready, inshallah, you are ready to go and do your first tawaf. Okay? Junaid is the... It's okay? Now, that brother asked, during the tawaf, for the first 3 rounds, you do ramal and you do istiba, which means your ihram needs to be worn in a specific way. And the way that I'm talking about is, you cover your left shoulder. This is my left shoulder. This is obviously only for male, not for women. You cover your left shoulder and you expose your right shoulder. Okay? So, however you want to do it, there's no restriction. If you want to do it like this, it's fine. If you want it to be more secure and do it like this, that's also permissible. There's no specific way how you do it. Okay? If you wanted to wear a belt, you can wear a belt. Don't carry too much money inside your pouches because it goes missing and you become center of attraction. Na'uzubillah, there are people in Hajj who are doing tawaf, also doing other things as well. So we don't want to be a part of that. Okay. Now, depending on where your hotel is, you will come out. After you come out from your hotel, and if you've got women folk with you, you need to hold their hand, or they need to be close to you. Around the haram, there's 36 different gates at the moment. Depending on where your hotel is located, you will enter through a specific gate. Now take your women to the reception of the hotel, get a hijab, and the hotel will have a card. Tell the hotel guy to put a pin and to put that card on your wife's, your mother's, your sister's burqa. Even you keep one with yourself. Because I tell you something, unfortunately, we are very blessed to be in England. When we ask for direction to people, people direct us. If you ask some of these Saudi police officers to direct you, what has he said to you? You don't know, I don't know, but it felt like, if you ask you again, I'm going to arrest you. You know why did they do that? It's not their fault as well. Thousands of people come and ask them. I've seen this works. If they've got a card and you just point it, they'll point you in the right. They might not say anything, but they might say, oh, beta. Oh, beti. Oh, my zio, So at least you're going in the right direction. Or it doesn't have to be a security guard, anyone. If you go to a good person and you show them the card, inshallah they will direct you. Because I know an elderly woman got lost on my group. For 17 hours the son and her husband were doing chakkar of the Kaaba looking for this elderly woman. What happened? The next 2-3 days they couldn't get up from the bed. And this level of stress and tension, are you with me? That's why whichever gate you're going to enter, ask someone, even if you can't Arabic, what number is that gate? He'll tell you 31, 32, the gate of King Abdul Aziz, the gate of this, the gate. So if you know the gate, then you know. Then look around outside. Hilton hotels on my right hand side, or this hotel is here, landmarking. And you tell your wives, or tell your sisters, or tell your mothers, Mary, if you get lost, for Allah's sake, don't be traveling around the Kaaba, just stand here. And until I don't come, don't move from here. Because you know what happens? She thinks, oh, if I go a little bit this way, then maybe I'll find him. But by the time that little bit comes, she's gone around the Kaaba, and there's Mr. Mia following all the way around. So she's doing chakkar, Mr. Mia's doing chakkar, he's doing chakkar, Mr. Mia. And then you know what happens? People lose the sabr. And you know what happens? They start fighting. Then he say, oh, you left me, you don't like me. And then the Bia Mitu is saying, oh, how do I? So, I've seen it with my mom and dad. Are you with me? I don't want you to repeat this. So, very, very important landmarking. Chalo, after you've done that, you are ready to do your Umrah now, very slowly. And now people start running. Oh, I need to see Allah's house. I need to see Allah's house. Shunar Mukkah Madinah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. What's happened? Yes, they have seen Allah's house. But the first opportunity, when you look at the Kaabatullah and make dua, they have lost that opportunity. Too much emotion, no good. A Muslim never only thinks with the heart, he thinks with the mind. So first, when you're walking towards Kaaba, head down, nihayati adab ke saath, ihtiram ke saath, thinking to yourself, Ya Allah, where have you brought me? This is the place where thousands of Nabi, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, thousands of Sahaba, thousands of Tabi'in, Tabi'in, Awliya, all the Hujjaj, millions and billions who have come, they have walked this land. It's a very precious land. Ya Allah, I don't deserve to be here, oh Allah, only you have given me tawfiq. That's why I've come here. With this humbleness, we walk the streets of Makkah. Not like the Gladwick walk. None of this gangster stuff, brother. You're in Allah's house. Nihayati inkisari ke saath, adab ke saath, ihtiram ke saath, slow, with thinking that, oh Allah, I don't deserve to be here. Aise karke you're making your intention more smooth. You will really feel it. You know, there is something in this Kaaba. Halaki it's just a square box. Dekhte সাধারণ একটা building, side wall, khalaqatul lage. But when you go near it, you may be thinking this guy is talking fantasies. But ask people. I went to Hajj with this guy who's been life-serving gangster. But he was with me, and he said something's happening to me. As you go near it, and you can feel the hush and the bush coming towards your hairs on your body really stand up. And then you need to be careful where you need to go and stand, because when you're going to see the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the first time, the dua that you make is accepted. Now obviously if you go to the mataf where people are doing tawaf and you go and stand in the middle, if there's 1 million people coming in one direction and there's this brother Yusuf from Oldham in one direction, what's going to happen? He's going to start dua here and he's going to be in the park, isn't he? Because of the people will push him there. So come on brothers, we need to think with our brain. Go and stand in a position where you can see the Kaaba and you can stand comfortably without troubling anyone. Onan o অবস্থায় ফয়লান নজরের সময় কাবাতুল্লাহ করে আল্লাহ নবী সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লাম ফরমায় যে দোয়া করা হয় এই দোয়া আল্লাহ ডেফিনেটলি কবুল করে। তাহলে আমি শুনলাম মদিনা দেখবার দেখা গেল ইয়ে গেলাম গিয়া গিয়াতে কিল্লাম এই অপরচুনিটিতে গেল কি এর লাগি নিহায়েত আদবের সাথে খারইয়া দিল খুলিয়া আল্লাহর কাছে দোয়া করা। The first sight on the Kaaba, the dua you make, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it. So the dua you should be first making is, oh Allah, on this spot, I make my first dua is, oh Allah, whatever dua I make during Hajj, oh Allah, accept all my duas. Oh Allah, the duas, all the Nabi, Sahabas, Tabi'in, Tabi'in, your pious servants have stood here and made dua, oh Allah, you have accepted it. I Allah, make the same dua you accept it from me. And you should make dua as much as you want for the littlest things. Have a list in your mind that this is the chance that Allah is in front of me and He is asking me, O servant, O Mehman of Allah, what do you want? With this intention. That Allah is saying to me, what do you want from Rumia? Now if Allah asked you that and you didn't ask from Allah, wouldn't it be a stupid opportunity to let go of all this? This is how we should feel. And during Hajj, never ever become a miser. You've thought about someone and you've remembered them. Quickly put your hand up and say, oh Allah, I've remembered this person, oh Allah, do his bala. Don't waste an opportunity. Because which time, where, who, Allah's dua, Allah's constantly looking at the hujjat. And if Allah is constantly looking at you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will most definitely listen to your dua. After you have made this dua, you are going to go and do the first part of the Umrah. Now every time you do Umrah, the procedure is absolutely the same. Okay? Now, as I said, my right shoulder needs to be exposed and the left one needs to be covered. And this is called istibab. How you do it is entirely up to you. If you want to wrap it in like that, it's fine. If you want to use safety pins, that's also fine. If you have got a bag, you can use that. Now, the Kaaba is four-sided cubicle. It's a cube. Okay. You can't start from anywhere. You have to start from Hajr Aswad, which is the first corner of the Kaaba. How do you know where the Hajr Aswad is? There is two, the minarets have one green light on. Now, exactly diagonal from the Hajr Aswad, from anywhere inside the Kaaba, you will see two green lights. That is an indication that beneath there, diagonally, is Hajr Aswad. Remember, you are in Ihram. You are not allowed to touch the Hajr Aswad because Hajr Aswad and Kaaba has got expensive ittar on. And you are not allowed to have any ittar on. If you have any ittar on, you have to give them. So don't go crazy, try to kiss the Hajr Aswad when you're in Ihram, because you'll have to pay them. Now, I am walking on the mataf. Mataf is the area where we do the tawaf. So I am walking in the mataf, looking for them two lights, and I know that I am coming close. Because shall I tell you why? As close as you get to it, there's a backlog of the queue. Because everyone is like you looking for Hajj Aswad. So when you come to red lights, what happens? Does the car speed up or go slow? Go slow. So once you are walking, you will feel that the traffic is building up. That means you're coming near to Hajj Aswad. जब आप हज अस्वद के सामने या बराबर ग्रीन लाइट के आ जाएंगे, they used to have a marble brown line going across, which told you that's the beginning of Hajj Aswad. When you get to that line, if you go over that line, you've missed the first tawaf. Before you get to that line, male and female, you do istilam of Hajj Aswad. Put your both palms together. In between the both palms, you blow the Hajj Aswad kiss. Okay. Now that kiss is not a romantic kiss. So, no. समझ में आ गया ना? कैसे नहीं करते? आवाज नहीं होना चाहिए. There shouldn't be no noise. Istilam, bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bas. After the istilam is done, your first circuit of tawaf will start. Now in the first 3 circuits, you will do ramal. Okay. Ramal is a soldier walk or a slight jog. Not running the marathon. You won't be able to because there's so many people there. It's your chest out, not with pride, that's the wrong. With the chest out, and it's a soldier walk. Okay. Now if you got women with you, they need to hold tight with you. Okay. Now during the tawaf, I say this quite openly. Beta betinton at mata fau shoulder onyo ongo lagbo. No one's doing it purposely. No one is doing it purposely. Zudio touch oil. Don't think yalla yalla mi guna khulisi. That is not in your control. Allah ma khurma. Your niyat should be right. So sisters as well, don't get worried. If different parts of people's body touch you, you've not done that intentionally, that is acceptable. That is, anyone can't do anything about it. You will always get the hujum in harem. It's uncontrollable. A lot of people feel guilty and say, we have to give them. No, you don't have to give them. Because that's not in your control. So for the first 3 rounds, I'm going to ask you this, so remember this. For the first 3 rounds, you are going to do a bit of ramal. Okay. Now in this round, you can read kalima tayyiba, you can read the 3rd kalima, you can read kalima shahadat, you can read whatever you want. So many people get worried about Hajj. Ya Allah, I've not learned this dua, Allah understands every language. Allah understands everything, every language. And the beauty of being a Muslim is, it doesn't matter if you're from China and you say, what I'm trying to tell you is, brothers and sisters, you will hear all sorts, but the word of Allah is same for Bengali, Pakistani, Chinese, Indian, Russian, everyone. The one word that you understand is the word Allah. Subhanallah. That is the Muslim unity. So don't be ashamed to say, Ya Allah. Amar babare maaf karo ka, amar mare maaf karo ka, amar ma baap sara dunya. Don't be shy. Don't be thinking, oh, I have to only say in Arabic or any language. This is your utmost opportunity in dunya. You cannot get more close to Allah than the Kaaba. This is your only opportunity. Don't be shy. Even if it is in English, even if it is in an Oldham accent, don't be shy. Make dua for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Really ask. Another thing I don't want you to do is, whilst doing tawaf, you're not allowed to look at Kaaba. You look at your in front. Because tawaf is like kahayat salah, like namaz, where you're not allowed to look here and there. Equally, whilst you're doing tawaf, ibai sawa makruh. Kaaba ibai sawa ya makruh. You look in front of you. Don't be Sufi Saman. Walk like this. If you walk like this, you'll be on the floor. And if you're on the floor, there's no getting back. Think with your mind and your soul. So many people. Brothers, alhamdulillah, all of you have strength. And you have got strength. Inshallah, you'll do it, no problem. It's the people when they're 80, 90 from Bangladesh, and they're very scared as it is. And I feel sorry for these people. Alhamdulillah, everyone's doing hatta katta here. Are you with me? Don't push anyone, but keep your firm. Because if you are firm, inshallah, your partner's firm. You're not being, but you have to think about yourself. And if anything falls down on the floor, for Allah's sake, don't bend down to pick it up, because you're going to be down with that thing that's gone down. Because if you got 1 million people coming in one direction, and it doesn't matter how strong you are, you won't be able to uplift that. So if anything falls on the floor, let it be. Carry on. So the first 3 rounds start from Hajj Aswad. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة أستغفر الله كلمات طيبة لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله سبحان الله الحمد لله. When you get to the third point, Rukn Yamani, from there to the Hajj Aswad, ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. First 3 rounds for the male should be Ramal. I've come to Hajj Aswad again. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Second Istilam. Second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round. I'm on my 6th round. Now, if I was right inside the hujum, on the 6th round, try to come out, move out, and take an extra wide round. Because if you're inside, then you can't come out there, because people won't let you come out. So after, on the 7th round, try to do it slightly outside. When you come to Hajj Aswad, you know you're getting there, Algos, the crowd will push you out. The crowd will push you out. Now if you're in here, it's very hard to come out. But if you've done it from the outer side, বারাই বাদায় একবারে সহজ 7 নম্বর রাউন্ডের মাঝে আস্তে আপনি Algos বাড়াই গেলেন। যে সময় 7 নম্বর round, after you've done your 7th round, you've come out from the Mataf, you go behind Maqam Ibrahim. Now, Maqam Ibrahim, if Hajj Aswad is there, Maqam Ibrahim is here. It's a golden plate, and it's like a little dome. Now, Maqam Ibrahim is that place where Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam and Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, after they constructed the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the father and son, they lifted their hand and they made dua. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. From this moment, this place is called Maqam Ibrahim, the place of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Now obviously, you cannot stand immediately behind this because people are doing tawaf. So now when it says Maqam, behind Maqam Ibrahim, anywhere all the way to the Zamzam well, there's huge space. Anywhere behind Maqam Ibrahim, if you go and make that dua, Allah will accept. So many people, they stand in fours and the women in between, they start reading namaz. No God, you destroy all the people. There's another thing which is called the hatim. Now obviously, if there's a wall, if the Kaaba there is about this high, you've seen it. You're not allowed to enter that whilst you're doing tawaf. Because hatim and the border of the hatim is where the original Kaaba was. When it was reconstructed in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's time, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked only for halal money to be spent on the Kaabatullah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam only built the Kaaba to there. Okay, so if a person entered the hatim whilst on tawaf, it's as if he's entered the Kaaba. That round will not be accepted. So you need to go from outside the hatim. When you get opportunity to read 2 rakat namaz inside the hatim, would be as if you read 2 rakat namaz inside the Kaabatullah itself. So do try to read 2 rakat namaz there. After you have done the 7 circuits, you go and you read 2 rakat wajib namaz behind Maqam Ibrahim. In the first rakat, Kul ya ayyuhal kafirun, second rakat, Kul huwallahu ahad. After you've done the 7th tawaf, you go and read 2 rakat behind Maqam Ibrahim, and then you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you go to the well of Zamzam and you drink plenty of Zamzam. And throughout Hajj, doesn't matter if you feel thirsty or not, make always intention that Zamzam is medicine from Allah. And you make dua that, oh Allah, I am drinking this Zamzam, make shifa for me from all kind of illnesses. And oh Allah, I especially make dua from big illnesses like cancer, like stroke, like heart attack. And oh Allah, please, please, whenever you want to take me from dunya, take me as I am. Don't make me ill and bedridden. Because if you read the dua for sihat whilst drinking zamzam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens to that. It's in hadith. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'a. You should make dua for knowledge. You should make dua for rizq. You should make dua for shifa. Not only for you. If you got someone in the family who's ill, regardless what kind of illness it is, make dua for them as well. And when you bring zamzam back, always treat zamzam as miracle cure from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it doesn't matter, I'll tell you another thing. You know, we drink a lot of fizzy drink. Mirinda is a very good one for Saudi. Are you with me? Drink zamzam as much as you want. Inshallah, you won't feel the need to go to the toilet. You won't feel thirsty. You won't feel hungry. This is my challenge. Do it and see. Inshallah, this is so powerful. So that's the end of the first part of the Umrah. Inshallah, the second part of the Umrah we will start and then we'll have a break. Okay. So the first part was you enter the Haram, you go to Hajj Aswad, you do the 7 circuits, you move out from the crowd, you read 2 rakat namaz behind Maqam Ibrahim, you go and drink Zamzam water. First part of Umrah finished. After the first part of Umrah is finished, you go to an area called Safa and Marwa, 2 mountains. For Allah's sake, I had an elderly man with me and he said, Pura zindagi I hear that Safa Marwa duita Paharun naam. Pahar to the The Saudi government have put the Pahar inside the building. Okay, there's no Pahar there now. So what it is 2 mountain look-alike. It's like when you go to climb, they have got steps that you can climb into. It's just 2 mountain look-alike. They've incorporated Safa and Marwa inside the building. And it's on 3 levels as well. Like you can do Tawaf on bottom, first, second, third. Equally, you can do Safa Marwa on either floor you want. Okay. So the mountains are usually green. Okay. But we've got black ones because we're in Oldham. Are you still with me, my brother? Good. When you go to Safa and Marwa, okay. So we started off with 11th of September. It took me to Manchester, took me to Egypt. He took me to Jeddah, took my bloody passport off me, and now he's made me do the first part of Umrah, and now he's brought me to Safa Marwa, and I've not even had you a penny yet. Have I? Okay.
This one.
Right. So Safa, when I reach to Safa, I need to turn towards the Kaaba and make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The time it takes me to read 20 ayat, 5 minutes. So the time it takes me to read 20 ayats of the Quran, that's the duration I need to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before I start my Safa Marwa, the first time. So Safa mountain rufe utiya, pahar rufe utiya, Kaaba by sayya, Allah ke se dua kora. Dua koriya le, I climb back down and I start my walk now. Normal walk. Tasbih, zikr, dua in my language. Normal walk. After I do my normal walk, if I look on top, there's 2 green lights. Okay? From Safa, walking, I'll stop and there's green lights on top. From one green light to the other green light, I need to do my slow jog again and look at the Kaaba. This is the exact point where Hajar alayhi salatu wasalam ran for water when she gave birth to baby Ismail. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liked so much, till the day of judgment, any Haji that comes to do Safa Marwa has to do the amal of that. So, from the green light to the green light, you do a bit of running, same dua. When you come to the green light, you stop, carry on walking to Marwa. From Safa to Marwa is 1. From Marwa to Safa is 2. You do 7. So if you do Safa to Marwa and you've ended up in Marwa, that means you've done it right. You've done 7. But if you ended up with Marwa again, you've either done 8 or you've either done 6. That's the way to know that you've done 7. You go, green lights, run, stop at the next green light, walk, and you come around. You do the 7 circuits, 7 times. From Safa to Marwa is 1. According to the Shafi fiqh, from Safa to Marwa to Safa is 1. So there is 14. Ours is only 7, remember that. I had an Egyptian couple after Fajr Namaz, elderly couple, and they're Hanafi Muslims. And some sheikh told them to do there and back is 1. And the woman had arthritis. And she came down and she just lied on the hotel floor and she was sweating her head off to her husband. Which sheikh did you go to? He made us do 14, we could have done 7. And she was in my hotel, so I said to her, what's wrong? So she said, are you Hanafi? I said, yes. So she said, how many times do we need to do it? So I said, Safa Marwa 7 times. Going and coming is classed as 1. Going from Safa to Marwa is 1. From Marwa to Safa is 2. Then she explained in Arabic that I did 14. Because my old man said, the sheikh said to do 14. So the sheikh came back at night, he was in the same hotel, and the woman went and he said, you told me to do 14, you were wrong. So then I went and he said to me, Sheikh, Ana Shafi, I'm Shafi Maslak. I rest my case, and he walked away. And then I understood where the, yeah. So going from Safa to Marwa is 1, Marwa to Safa is 2, and each one is 1. Not going and going back, remember that. After you have done this, that's the second part of the Umrah finish. You go out, okay? And if you're a man, you go to the barber, you can shave your own hair. In order to come up from the Ihram, you go to the barber will shave all your hair, and Alhamdulillah, Summa Alhamdulillah, that's your Umrah complete. For the women, they don't have to shave all the hair off. Some Rubai, listen carefully. All they have to do is, they have to hold the end of the hair, 1, 2, 3, clip. Finish. They're out from the Ihram. Khatha buঝাইছেন ওইসব বেটিমান চলতায় আঙ্গুলো চুল একবার দুইবার তিনবার cut. But she can't cut it. Someone else who's not in Ihram will have to cut it. After hair cut has done, or after you have done, you can cut it, and that's the procedure. And Alhamdulillah, that's the Ihram. Finish, you're out of the restrictions of Ihram, and inshallah, you are free now. You can go and have a good bath, go to the supermarket downstairs, buy a nice white jubba, and Alhamdulillah, fresh. Now, every time you wanted to do Umrah for your deceased, onek manche ma baportai Umrah korte sign ba ekta Umrah swab dite sign. The procedure is absolutely the same. The only difference is, instead of going back to Cairo, they have to go to Masjid Aisha, which is 3 kilometers away. Same Ihram procedure you have to do. Have a ghusl, have a bath there, put your Ihram on, and you will come and do the 7th tawaf, read 2 rakat namaz, drink Zamzam, do Safa Marwa. Is that clear? Quickly, 3 questions, and then we'll have a break. Yes, Samrubai.
Yes, you cleared my question anyway about the belt. I want to ask you about the belt.
Okay.
You've cleared it. You can wear a belt.
Yes, you can wear a belt. Okay. Don't take too much money inside your belt. Next question.
ये जो आप जहाज में अगर जाते हैं कोई लोग का वुजू टूट जाता है
जी,
तो उसके लिए क्या मसला है? मतलब कोई किसी का, अभी हम जा रहे हैं अबू धाबी से, वहाँ पे तो इंतजाम है, कोई ऐसे जर्मनी से जाते हैं या ऐसी जगहों से, वहाँ पे आप देखते हैं टॉयलेट के हालात कैसे होते हैं, तो वुजू आप नहीं बना सकते, उसके के लिए क्या मसला है?
Right. In order to do wuzu to put ihram on is sunnat. If you can't do wuzu, you just put your ihram on, make your niyat. Before you do the tawaf, okay, it's mandatory that you do wuzu. वुजू के बगैर ihram पहन सकते हैं, ऐसे नहीं कि वुजू ihram नहीं होगा. But inshallah, I'm sure there's water बंदोबस्त anyway you can go. It's sunnah to do wuzu for ihram. फर्ज नहीं है, it's not condition.
नहीं, इस्तंजे के लिए कह रहा हूँ ना, जो लोग इस्तंजा वहाँ पे तो हालात ही ऐसे होते हैं कि I mean कोई ऐसे यूरोप से आप कनेक्टिंग फ्लाइट है ना, तो वहाँ पे इस्तंजे के लिए थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है.
Semi-lateral type. That's the way of doing it.
Yes, there is.
Sorry.
So brother, I'm going to Jeddah first. I'm going to Madinah first. So how am I going to do?
Right. If you're going to Medina first, then you won't need your ihram. You will go to with your normal clothes, because you're not going to enter the hill of Haram. What's going to happen for you is you're going to go from Jeddah to Medina first in your normal clothes. When you come out from Medina, there's a place called Zul Hulayfa. They will stop the coach there. You will put your ihram on from Zul Hulayfa.
So I can buy this in Madinah then?
Yes, you can buy definitely in Medina, no problem.
You can buy that in Hasna shop.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, brother.
Going back to Safa and Marwa,
Yeah.
starting from Safa and Marwa and coming back to Safa, that's as one.
No, from Safa to Marwa is one. From Marwa to Safa is two. So Zawa is one.
So where would you end up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
In Marwa.
Yeah. And the opposite one that you start from.
You said, after the 7-12, you read the 2 rakat.
Wajib namaz.
Yeah. Kul Huwallah and.
Kul ya ayyuhal kafirun and Kul huwallahu ahad. It's recommended, you don't have to. But these are the surahs that you need to read.
Sorry.
But so during Tawaf
Yes.
or Safa Marwa, I
Yeah.
know we need Odu.
Yeah, you need wuzu.
If the Odu break,
Yes.
some Maulana says if Odu break during one round to fourth, you have to do Odu and start from the beginning.
Yes.
If Odu breaks during fifth round to
Yes.
seventh,
Yeah.
you could carry on whatever the round your Odu break.
Absolutely.
Am I true? Am I
Yes.
right?
If your wuzu breaks, remember I said tawaf is like as if you're in namaz. So if you're in namaz, do you need wuzu? You do. Equally, when you do tawaf, you need wuzu. If you have done 1, 2, 3 and your wuzu breaks, you go do wuzu, you start from beginning. Okay? If you do 1, 2, 3, 4, your wuzu breaks, you go and you start from beginning. However, if it's on the 5th, even just step the line and gas happened. Dhamaka. You walk out. If you've not talked to anyone, or if you've not had a conversation, Ya Allah, tumi kundi nahi la, baat nahi sana, and you have a conversation, finish, start from beginning. But if you've gone out, quickly made wuzu, you can start from the 5th round again. Okay. But trust me, brothers, very rarely anyone's wuzu breaks. Yes.
Some people say myself not to put Zamzam water on the feet. Is it alright to use Zamzam water during Wudu?
No, to me, Zamzam is very valuable, very precious. You shouldn't put Zamzam on your feet.
But people in Saudi, everyone does it. Most people do it.
I don't care what people do or not. Zamzam is for drinking purposes. Put it on your head, adab respect. Put it on your heart, adab respect. But I personally wouldn't wash my feet with Zamzam.
So that means we have to carry 2 bottles of.
You don't have to carry anything. You don't have to. You need to wash your feet.
Wudu to fawd wala jabe.
Wuzu, you can do wuzu in haram. Okay. If you got a bottle of Zamzam and you want to wash your feet with it, I would not give you permission for that. If you need to do wuzu and there's wuzu facilities in haram, do wuzu. That's something else. But we need to respect it as much as we can. Any more questions?
आप क्या रेकमेंड करते हैं अगर आपके साथ औरत है तो तवाफ जब कर रहे हैं तो औरत का कहाँ रहना सबसे बेहतर है आप
Right. For me, practically it works if the woman is in front of you. If you are the behind, the woman in front of you, that's what works practically. Then it's entirely up to you. Some people might say, well, side by side. Some people might, but in front it works better. Wallahu.
You've got a shielding.
If anyone has got questions, brothers and sisters, if you write it down for me after the break, I will answer them. Please have your refreshments, chill out for a bit, and inshallah we'll come back in 10 minutes, inshallah. So has the speed been alright to create?
Yeah.
Any problems? I know I've been told that kisu bangloye hoitan bo time e khabar jodi ekbare zaruri apnara lage, please just show me a hand, inshallah I'll do Bangla or Urdu, whatever you need. Just show me a hand if you don't understand or if you need a bit more clarification. See, some people do the Hajj program over 2 days, and it's. Are they available? Yeah. Yeah. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We went through the Umrah and how to perform Umrah inshallah. Now, just a couple of things that I really want to be clear about. Number one is Nafal Umrah. A lot of people do Nafal Umrah before Hajj, which is a good thing. But it is very, very tiring. Nafal Umrah is very, very tiring. So if you overdo the Nafal Umrah, when it comes to Hajj day, you could fall ill physically. So be very careful of that. Everyone can do Nafal Tawafs. So Nafal Tawaf is in your normal clothes, and the 7 Tawafs that we did and 2 Rakat after behind Maqam Ibrahim, or if there's no space behind Maqam Ibrahim, anywhere in the Haram. No problem. Now, a lot of people do Nafal Tawaf, and before the Hajj day comes, they get tired or they get ill, and then the Hajj is disturbed. Be very mindful of that. Another thing I wanted to say is, don't waste your time. Okay. Now, some people, if you're going on the 11th of September, you've got a lot of time before the actual Hajj starts. Now, spend a lot of time in Haram. What I mean by that is, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said 5 things, if you just look at them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you reward. And one of them 5 things is just looking at the Kaaba. Just sit there and just look at the Kaaba. You get swab. If you say Subhanallah once in Oldham, like Subhanallah, say Subhanallah. Subhanallah. You can get 10 swabs. 10 sins are forgiven. If you say one Subhanallah in Haram, you get 100,000 Subhanallah. Subhanallah. And then 100,000 sins are forgiven. 100,000 darajat and ranks are raised. Tesco gives sale, buy one get one free. All of us are there. Allah is saying, do it once, I will give you 100,000. You read one letter of the Quran, Alif, Lam, Mim. 3 letters. Alif, Lam, Mim. You get 30 swab in Oldham. You read the same Alif, Lam, Mim in Makkah, in Haram, you get 300,000 swab. So is it in our benefit? Yalla ke sunas ko kita dikhai lai ko romas ni. Oh, hotel ala lai se mirkai ba. A lot of people start complaining. Oh, toilet robust nahi. This and that. Let me tell you a story. When I was in Hajj in 2004, and I think it was the Muhaddis of Gorkhur Madrasa, so a big Muhaddis of Bangladesh, and he said when he came to Hajj the first time, I think it was 1971, and there was an alim with him, and they, in the hotel they gave them dal to eat, and the dal wasn't very tasty. So this was in Madinah. So the alim had the bit of dal, and he threw the plate away. He moved it, and he said, "Eh, what kind of dal is this?" In the night, he saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his dream, and he said, "Come back, leave Medina and go. Leave Medina and go. Ihram, ihram, ihram. No one should be in taklif because of me. People give me taklif, alhamdulillah. No one should be in taklif because of me. Because it's the second session, I'll tell you a quick story. You know, between Safa and Marwa, I was there, like, remember I said, no Sufi sir, don't do that, because you get pushed. I was just walking normally, and I was doing my duan and my kandan normal. And there was this, I don't know what it was, but whilst I was walking, I went flying onto the disabled access, and I landed like Superman. And I looked back, and there was a Turkish woman, and she said to me, "Wallah Haji Sabar," and she carried on like this. Olan gusha uksiliye. Believe me, brother, if this was Oldham, then the situation would be different. I just clinged to myself and said, "Ya Allah," and just looked down and just carried on. Once during Tawaf, this Sudanese woman again, big massive. She just probably touched my feet. I felt like Bishmon ton ki ke bawasari chahiye. Believe me, yeah. Yet again, quite easily I could have held her hair and pulled her. Are you with me? But I just said, "Sabar, Haji, sabar." Are you with me? Oh, no one does it purposely. Some people are just like that, and especially British people who are used to queuing up, civilized. Are you with me? When we see all this, are you with me? We think they're doing it purposely, but that's how they are. But then you get the Malaysian people who are very timid and nice, and so you get to see that, value that. That is our ummah. Okay. আমার কারণে কেউ কষ্ট পাইতো না, আমারে কষ্ট দিল। Anyhow, going back to Makkah now, from the 11th you will be staying in Makkah, do your nafal tawaf, read your Quran, do your tasbih, look around, enjoy yourself as well. Enjoy is very important. Yes, you've gone with your wife, go and have a nice burger, sit down in front of Haram, talk about life, talk about when you met first, talk about your children, make dua together for your children. Are you with me? There's no restriction. Our problem is, how Bismillah for it again. And the English people question us. Are you with me? Why is it? The Asian man, when you go to town, your wife's 20 meters behind and right? Why is it? Don't do that. Are you with me? There is no sharam. Are you with me? There is absolutely no sharam. If you as a lot of the complaints the sisters have is, look man, I tell you straight, Goro Bozuni Kushi after Dunya Kushi. Goro Bozuni Kushi na after Dunya Kushi na. Are you with me? Hajj is your unique opportunity. It will bond you together. Are you with me? Niyat is very, very important. So when you're sitting down reading Quran, there's time where males separate, females separate, and you can't read together. But there is time when you can take your wife to the haram. Go and look at haram together. Talk about haram together. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do this. And by doing this, Allah will put barakat in your life to come. Do that kind of stuff. No, she's your wife. But if you're going to do everything on your own and just say, no, it doesn't work like that. Don't do that. Are you with me? Make them the part of your journey. And so many times you will need their support, because I tell you what happens. Are you with me? You've done nafal tawaf. You've got cramps on your feet. Are you with me? You can take paracetamol. But if you told your wife to massage that feet, Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If she's got a pain in the hand because she's been pushed, put some Vicks on it. Rub it down. Because to do khidmat of a Haji, you get Maqbool Hajj swab. Someone needs water. Don't just think about yourself. Someone needs water. You know that dehydration, you've got a bottle of water. Don't think twice. He's the Mehman of Allah, give him that water. So, it has initial khora lagbo. It's not just about myself. Let me tell you another story. I'm going to mention this story, the hadith later on. So, this is how we spend our time. Read Quran, walk around, read tasbih every time. But no time for bazematna, please. Awami League kita kollo, BNP kita kollo, omuk leader aisun. None of that. Home phone. Go phone for a yes. You've left children behind, you left family behind. They're concerned about you as well. Minimum khota wata. Every council tax this is no. You should sort this out before. Over there, dunyawi, no parishani. Don't do that, because you can't do nothing from there. You're just going to get worked up. And you tell your family is, you only tell me what is necessary. And then you don't tell me anything, because I can't do nothing there. Mind free, only for you and your Allah. Inshallah, no problem. And inshallah, constantly make dua. Oh Allah, make sure every children of mine has the ability to come to Hajj. Because you are the parents. And inshallah, your parents' dua will always be And for those who had deceased parents who didn't do Hajj, make dua that, oh Allah, my father, my mother didn't do Hajj. However, oh Allah, I am here for them, on behalf of them, oh Allah, accept it from them. Think about all these little du'as that you can make. We know for a fact here the amount of sins that we have done. We know ourselves that some sins that we have done, and everyone's got them sins. This is the time when you're sitting in harem, lift your hand, pour water down your eyes and say, oh Allah, I am here for you, oh Allah. Just that one spot of mercy from you could change my life. And always make dua, oh Allah, when you want to take me away from dunya, oh Allah, take me with iman, take me with iman. Oh Allah, if I forget you, you don't forget me. Make a spiritual journey. Make it a spirit. You know, I'm talking about this now. I'm actually not because I can remember the time when I was there. Anyhow, emotions come up and down. Are you with me? Another thing, let me tell you, so many people from here think, Yalla, Allah already kiyaiti. I'm gonna forget it. So many people think, I'm not take Allah already. I can guarantee you, Allah already to me ideas there I'm finished to use more thou some ha awareness better that walk Allah got the case. You can tell that. You don't have mention of Allah already to me you finished to use more manus insan. And insan is in guna karbo. You can show every human, it doesn't matter how many times he goes to Hajj and come back, as humans we will sin. So take this out of your mind that no. You will be better understanding, raise awareness with go. That is the achievement that we look for. I hasn't finished. Now, my brothers and sisters who are listening, we are swiftly moving on to days of Hajj. This is the first Hajj that we have gone for. Islam is based on 5 pillars. The Shahada, Salah, fasting 30 consecutive days during the month of Ramadan, Hajj and Zakat. This is your first Hajj that you are going for, once in a lifetime opportunity. So are you alright with the son? Do you want to come here? Are you okay with the son? Coming here?
Yes, okay.
So now, whilst you're in Makkah or Madinah, we'll talk about Madinah after inshallah the 5 days of Hajj. Now, slowly, the days of Hajj are coming. How many days of Hajj are there?
5.
3, okay? 5, okay? 5, okay. These are your main 5 days of Hajj. What you've done before is not Hajj, it was Umrah. These are your main 5 days of Hajj which I want you to remember. Hazard fasting. Inshallah, after Hajj, complete. Very easy. Yes, you can read hundreds of books. Yes, kisu information you'll get some information, but you'll get confused as well. But if you remember this sequence, inshallah, it doesn't matter who tells you, you will know that no, these are the 5 days of Hajj, this is what I need to do. So I need you to listen to you. I need you to listen to me attentively. So it starts on the 8th of Zil Hijjah. On the 8th of Zil Hijjah, the day of Hajj starts, the 5 days of Hajj. On the morning of Zil Hijjah, after Fajr Namaz, you will go back to your hotel and remember that shower you did in Oldham. Oh, Fuzulwai, that first shower, that's the same shower you're going to do. That shower you did for Umrah and your Ihram, this is the shower you're doing for your Hajj. Get all your unwanted hair removed. Ready. If you are ill, look how blessed Islam is. If you are ill, you don't need to do a full shower, you can do wuzu, that is sufficient. After you've done this bath again, you wear the Ihram like you did for your Umrah. With your feet wide apart, put your Ihram on, go to the harem. Go to the harem, cover your hair and read 2 rakat namaz. First rakat, Kul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. Second rakat, Kul Huwallahu Ahad. read Durood Sharif. And then from Haram, make intention. The other intention was, Allahumma inni urid al-umrata fayassirha li wa taqabbalha minni. Oh Allah, I intend to do Umrah, make it easy for me and accept it on my behalf. This time in Haram, with my head covered, because I've not made intention of Hajj yet. With my head covered, 2 rakat namaz in Haram, read Durood Sharif, read Istighfar, lift your hands to Allah and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After you've done the praying, you make the intention, Allahumma inni urid al-hajja fayassirhu li wa taqabbalhu minni. Oh Allah, I make intention of Hajj, make it easy for me and accept it on my behalf. That's my Hajj intention. Banglate ya Allah, ami hajjor irada korlam, amar da ekobare asan koriya din janu ar amar pokko tone kabul korun janu. Ya Allah, मैंने हज का नियत किया है, मेरे वास्ते आसान करना और मेरे लिए कबूल करना. After you have done that, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. For the male, 3 times Zureh. Now, Zureh huwa mazid, there's a faidah. In the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, when the Haji says, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, there's 2 swabs he gets. His voice, যতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত তার আওয়াজ যায়, ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত যে ফাত্তর আছে, গাছ আছে, হাওয়া আছে, বাতাস আছে, প্রত্যেক দিন কিয়ামতের প্রত্যেক জিনিসের কিয়ামতের দিন সাক্ষী দিব যে আল্লাহ এন্ডে আপনি দুসু করতে পারেন. আমরা সাক্ষী দিলাম এই আরফাতের ময়দানো, মিনার ময়দানো, মুজদালিফার ময়দানো, মক্কা এই নলান তাকবীর তালবিয়া দিছিলাম. লাব্বাইক যেটা, the meaning of labbaik is registering with these 2 angels, and all the angels who are in millions in numbers is registering with them that Maulana Akmal in 2014 was here to do Hajj. It's registration. Labbaik, oh Allah, I am present. I'm upasthit Allah. It's drawing attention of Allah. Oh Allah, how? Oh Allah, look at me. I am present only for you. Khali labbaik ko ille mamshe hoida lage ami koi illam nitu na. Dile zane, oh Allah, I am telling you. Oh Allah, Allah, look, I am present, oh Allah. Amar bhai sao Allah. When you say with that intention, hoito muza lage. Is niyat se kahenge na, to kehne mein bhi look. And when you say a bit loudly, all the people, all the hujjaj who are a bit tired, they say labbaik Allahumma labbaik. And there's a group of you saying, that boss you won't find anywhere. Who's the boss, Manchester United? Who's the boss, Manchester City? Television Sunday, there's no City or United or Manchester. Come on! Oh! कहते ना लोग. मौलवी इंसान नहीं है, मौलवी नहीं जानता, सब जानते हैं. रमजान में इंग्लैंड को देखते हुए ऐसे ही हाल था. How much charisma, how much passion. That is the passion I want from there for the male. If you have that passion, you can be the group leader. In that sense, if your takbir is loud, your talbiyah is loud, you will see automatically people following you. And everyone who follows you, you will get everyone labbaik's dua. So don't be shy. Some people say, I'm going to tell me, no one's there to take your mistakes out. But if you say it loud, yours will be corrected. Some people say, don't do that. You're a male. Allah has given you permission to dekho. Chane, tomar dekha dekhi onyo hoibo. Somaro far hoibo, zek hoilo tharo far hoibo. El lagi jazba ke saath. I forgot to tell you, this ramal. Why do we walk like this? Anyone know? When the Sahaba went from Madinah to Makkah, the Makkans said, watch them. Foreign chooser. What did they say? Foreign chooser. Because they've come from a very cold place. I bet you they've gone all weak and frail. They can't do nothing. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, we need to show the people of Makkah that Alhamdulillah, Allah's kept us well. That sunnat is still there, till the day of judgment. That's why we do this Ramadan. Talbiyah, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did Talbiyah, 10,000 Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu jumped up. Now you tell me, a gang, an army of people, all in white clothes, subhanallah, chanting the same thing. That buzz, you can't get anywhere. And you'll see, it doesn't matter if you're Turkish, you're Japanese, you're Chinese, in the days of Hajj, the only thing the Haji will say is, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. And that's what's recommended. Urte, boite, going up, going down, you say this talbiyah. And once you say this talbiyah, that eshki comes. So you've got two choices, my brothers and sisters. You either become a suka haji, or you either enjoy it and you embrace Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by doing that, you'll feel this energy creating in the body. Because you'll be walking for 12, 13 hours without feeling it. But if you're going to be a suka haji, every time you'll be thinking, Kab ye bala khatam ho. And if you're going to be energetic haji, you say, bring it on, inshallah, Allah's watching, everything I'm going to get solved. So this is all motivational talk. Anyhow, so going back to the 8 days of Hajj, on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you put your ihram on, you've covered your head, you've read 2 rakat namaz in haram, you've made your intention, you've done the talbiyah, you need to go back to the hotel. And the tour operator said that the coach will come at 11 o'clock. It won't come at 11 o'clock, it'll come at 1 o'clock. If it said it's going to come at 10 o'clock, okay, it won't come at 10 o'clock, it'll come at 11:30. Ho hi nahi sakta. The Saudi government will not send them on time. So you know what's going to happen to me and you? My first day of Hajj, I'm going to go to the reception. Oh, is our coach not here? And he's going to say no. After 15 minutes, oh, you said it's going to come. Oh, it's not here. You're just going to get worked up. Leave all that. If you've got your room, go sleep in your room or do whatever, rest, read Quran, take your time. Your operator will come and tell you, Alhamdulillah, our coach is here now. Remember that red band I told you about?
Yeah.
Huh? Have you still got the red band with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't lose that. Because them red bands will tell you which tents you're going to be living in Mina. Okay? And they all look the same. Okay? Now the red straps that you will have, they're the Turkish tents, European tents. Okay? They all look the same. Anyway you look at them, oh, you think, oh no, I think the third one's mine. You go in and there's Somalian people in there. Assalamu alaikum. And then if you go to the yellow ones, it's the Iranian brothers who are doing this. And even when you think, so, the red band, have it on your wrist. That's why it's a band. And it's got 42 on, 43 on. From 40 to 50, it's all European camps. It's for people like us who make Bangladeshi, Pakistani, but we're British, and that's why we've got red. And the facilities are much better. The toilet facilities, the wuzu facilities, the tents. It's got air conditioning in Mina, subhanallah. So on the end 8, before Zuhur Namaz, you will reach to Mina. Now Mina is 4 kilometers away from Mecca, but it will feel like 15 kilometers away because it's slow coaches. Okay, when you get onto the coach, make sure you hear Aman Namko in Kumali, because if it doesn't say my name, that means it's not registered by passport. Do you understand? Remember that they took your passport. Now when you get onto the coach, they do a check. Kumali, Muhammad Anas, Fulduli Bibi, Fakhrun everyone on the name they say. If they say your name, you can relax, they've got your passport. And inshallah they don't lose passport, so don't worry. But this is a way of checking, yes, you're on the system. So after you get onto the coach, remember, a Hajj's tasbih is labbaik Allahumma labbaik. On the coach, if it's quiet, and some Rubaisa is sitting down, and people are not reading talbiyah, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, you'll see everyone will join you. And if you don't do that, then people start talking about, hey, Oldham weather kilandi. Hey, another musibat is our iPhones. Huh? Tango baraise, phone karla, pato kami class karla, pato kami umrah karla. Hai ye tango, ye nahi karo. मैं जब हज में था Hey, wow, hold it, Rosa from the salam ho. Are you with me? I'm like, they're doing salam, everyone's doing salam from Oldham. It's good, it's passion, but it's disturbing other people, it's disturbing your spirituality. You're doing thought, I've just gone past Hajj word, subhanallah, alhamdulillah. Yes, you're doing all this, it's the book, but you're ruining your own spirituality. Don't do it. Don't take your phone to harem. It's disrespectful. Are you with me? And then a lot of us, because we're Bangladeshi, Pakistani, we're from the Asian, are you with me? We see Arab sheikh, he's talking, and you think, if the Arab with the white jubbas doing it, he must be dying. Islam does not revolve around Arab. It's about what we know from Quran and Hadith. I will always remember that. So be careful of these, devices. A lot of people on the iPads and Samsung Galaxy and live from Makkah, Eid Mubarak, and none of that. I've told you, leave the dunya behind you. Are you with me? This time is between you and your Allah. No third party should come in your way. Don't do that. Don't do that. So on the 8th of Zil-Hijjah, there is only one thing to do. To read Zuhr namaz, Asr namaz, Maghrib namaz, Isha namaz, and Fajr namaz in Mina in your tents. And you read your Quran, you do your tasbih, and that's it. So if we've read the Fajr namaz in Mina, what date has it brought us to? 8 তারিখ গেছি, জোহর নামাজ, আসর নামাজ, মাগরিব নামাজ, এশা নামাজ, ফজর নামাজ এখন পড়লাম। 8 তারিখ তো 9 তারিখ এলো। ফজর একদিন শেষ। One day of Hajj is gone. Understand that? On the 8th Zil-Hijjah we read Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr in Mina 10. That means we're on the 9th. We're on the 9th of Zil-Hijjah. 9th of Zil-Hijjah, before Zuhr namaz, we need to leave Mina and we need to go to Arafat. Now brothers and sisters, please don't take your entire shopping with you. Leave it at your hotel. Only you need your sleeping bag, your ihram, your extra ihram, very minimal. Don't take whatever you go, your shopping, everything, don't take that, leave that at your hotel. Because the more shopping you have, the more headache you'll have. So you've read 5 namaz in Mina, it's on the 9th of Zil-Hijjah now, second day of Hajj. Before Zawal, we need to go to Arafat. Where do we need to go? Arafat. So 8 তারিখ গিয়ে আমরা 9 তারিখ হইছি. In the 9th of Zil-Hijjah, a Haji will be in Arafat. If you can, there's a khutbah in Masjid al-Umrah, which is in the plains of Arafat. Go and listen to that khutbah. If you can't go, it's very far from you, it's mustahab sunnah, you can sit in your tent and you can do dua. In Arafat, the biggest thing that you do is istighfar. Really cry to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the sin that you have done. In Hajj, there is 2 rukun. One of the rukun is wukuf Arafat, to stay in Arafat, even for 1 second. Alhamdulillah, you're going to read Zuhr namaz there and you're going to do Asr namaz there. After Asr namaz on Arafat, if you ask me, the 2 major things I remember from Hajj was the first time I looked at the Kaaba and the second time was after Asr namaz on the plain of Arafat, on the land of Arafat. Subhanallah. All you can hear is cries from all directions. It's like as if a mini Qiyamah is happening. Everyone will come out from the tent and in the sun, until the sun sets, everyone will be crying out and making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you know why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a person who goes for Hajj and he makes dua in Arafat, raja'a ka yawmin waladat ummahu kama qala alayhi salatu wa salam. After the sun on the day of Arafat sets, for the Haji, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes announcement that he is sinless and he is as if he's born now. And that's why people outside the tent really make dua. And when you're in Arafat, you will feel this. That is the Maidan where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to establish the day of judgment. Arafat Maidan. So after you have made your dua, you have completed the first rukun, first farz of Hajj. After that, This is very, very practical. The sun will set, you will not read Maghrib Namaz. You will not read Maghrib Namaz. At that time, a lot of people go for a rest, walk around, this, that. No. Go and find a toilet. Go and find a toilet. Because humans, we think we're so big. You know how big we are in front of Allah. You can't go to the toilet, or when you need to go to the toilet and you can't, we run around like headless chicken. That shows us what we are. Oh humans, you're in front of the Almighty Allah. Put everything to one side. Put yourself beneath Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reason why I say you need to go to the toilet is Muzdalifah doesn't have toilet facilities. So if you're going to be waiting, Ishan Namaz, 9, 10, 11, some people at 12 o'clock reach to Muzdalifah. So go to toilet twice during Arafah. Remember this. Use the toilet as much as you want. Okay, relieve yourself. Wait for the coach. And on the Maghrib Namaz, you will not read in Arafah. You will wait till it becomes Qaza. Then you will go to Muzdalifah. What day are we on? We're still on the 9th. So you go to Muzdalifah and it's all caged off. Massive area of land. Subhanallah, you've got your sleeping bag with you. It doesn't matter if you're Sheikh Hasina. No, Mr. Samru, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. On that night, you're the Mehman of Allah. People talk about 7-star hotel and 5-star hotel and 11-star hotel in Bangladesh. Wallah, brother, when you go to Muzdalifah and you put your mat out and you look up, it's all-star hotel. All you can see is stars and stars and stars. Yeah? All you can see is stars and stars and stars. All-star hotel. And you wake up and you feel cold that night. And this brother's got no hair. Subhanallah. And you feel the chill on the head. You're not allowed to cover your head. No, because you're in Ihram. Some people go inside and they cover the head in the bag. No. And that's why I say Allah likes women more than men. Because women can cover the head, no problem. Because you've done 2-3 umrahs before, you've had triple shave. Even the socks, it does. And you look at the women, Alhamdulillah, and I was just looking around here. Only male were just walking around. All-star hotel of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You wake, you get to Muzdalifah, you put your bag down, and you see all over Manchur Jamaat Khuret. People are having their own Jamaat. What are they reading? They're reading Maghrib Namaz first, doing Salam, Iqamat again, and Allahu Akbar, Isha Namaz. The Maghrib Jamaat and Isha Jamaat, Jamaat Baina Salatain, the Maghrib Namaz and Isha Namaz is to be prayed together. Why is that? That is the reason because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he did Hajj, by the time he reached Muzdalifah, his Maghrib Namaz was Qaza. Because they didn't have coaches them days. They walked from Arafat to Muzdalifah. Hence, the Maghrib was Qaza when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did Hajj. Allah liked that till Qiyamah, any Hajj you goes to Hajj, you do it according to not what the precept says, according to what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says. Because you will get people. And also one precept said, no, Namaz Qaza, don't understand this. But we say, the biggest of periods is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he did Qaza, so who is me and you? So we do it according to how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. After you read your Isha Namaz there, the Saudi government are very, very good. They will give you a lunch box. And it just has a little sandwich and an orange juice. But like that orange juice and that sandwich. Oh, fantastic. And they give you this box, and in that box, don't chuck it away. Because once our pet is done, we just chuck the box away. Don't chuck that box away. Look inside it, there's a little bag. That bag is very important. Because that bag has a string on it. And that bag is for a purpose. And the bag is for you to collect pebbles to go and hit the shaitan. So go and find your pebbles from the mountains and mountains, okay? You need to go and pick pebbles, not to bring them to England and sell them £50. None of that. It's for a specific reason. So we're still in Muzdalifah. We have read Maghrib and Isha Namaz together. After the Isha Namaz, we will go and find our pebbles. Sheikh Amin Faktor hoiba. Okay. Now, this is going to be fun. I told my dad to go and find pebbles. They come back with these big ones. These are small. Came out big one. Above this is a fully loader. I said, so I said, well, okay. I just took it and I put it to a side. And then I went and got the pebbles. There should be size of a chickpea. There should be size of a chickpea. Okay. And I understood why they should be size of a chickpea. You go and get 49 pebbles or little stones. Okay. And yes, it's mustahab to wash them. So get them 49 pebbles, and in your bag, if you don't have that bag, in a plastic, wherever you can get, put it inside and tie a knot and keep them with you. Now, these pebbles, the reason why I said 49, you'll understand later on, are very, very important. It's sunnah to pick them up from Muzdalifah. After you pick your pebbles up, 49 or 50, clean them and put them in your bag, in your pocket. You can go sleep for a bit in Allah's hotel, and at tahajjud time, wake up, read your tahajjud namaz, read talbiyah labbaik Allahumma labbaik all the way, read your fajr namaz in Muzdalifah. If you've read your fajr namaz, what date is it? Are you still with me? Yeah. We're on the 10th hour. 10 Tariq. The Tariq is Yawmun Nahar. The 10th is where we will be in England having all the fita and samosas and all that. But trust me, lads and sisters, you've got a very hard day on the 10th. The 10th is the day of Hajj, Yawmun Nahar. That is a very hard day for the Hajjis. For us, it's easy. Hire cars, chill out, go to people's house, eat biryani. But the 10th is the main day for you. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you have to do 4 things. Remember this. This is a very important day. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, we're still in Muzdalifah. We will go to Mina. So we take all our luggage and everything. We're on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. We go to Mina. Mina is that place where Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam and the story of Qurbani happened. Mina means the place where the blood was flowed. That's what Mina literally means. Mina is that place where Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to sacrifice his son Ismail. And then the sacrifice did take place, not of Ismail, but a ram came from Jannah, and the story of Qurbani, which we do every year. You're going to do Qurbani in Hajj slightly differently. We are going to do it in England, but we're going to give people in Bangladesh, Pakistan, wherever it may be, money so they can do Qurbani. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you're going to go back to Mina, put all your luggage and everything down, and you're going to go towards something called Jamarat. Okay? The easy way to remember this is Shaitan Mara. Shaitan ko marne ke liye jana hai. Allah ke waste, please don't do drama there. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know these pebbles? Brother, you, don't go near it. Because it's Malaysian who are little, okay? And they've got pebbles this big. Oh, what? Straight on your head. Very hard situation. And the shaitan laughs at us over there. So many people really believe that this is the shaitan's house and he's inside there. And that's why the target. Are you with me? I had one Haji Sahib who was just keep going for the top part. And I said, why are you going for the top part? He said, that's where his head's going. Shaitan is not in there. Brothers, please. Shaitan is not in there. After Zohar, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, people will start to walk towards Jamarat. Now let me tell you this. The way the Saudi government has made this now is very, very flexible. So I don't want any sisters to make excuse that, oh, it's not true. What I do advise is, if you've got elderly people with you, a lot of people say, hi, brothers, a lot of people rush towards Jamarat. You have got time till sunset. You have to be outside the boundary before the sunset. Now the best time is to pelt before Zuhur Namaz. That's the best time. But if you've got women with you, a lot of women back off them and they give their pebbles to their husband. You can't do that. It's wajib. Only the people who are exempt, if you're really, really ill and you can't make it there, then maybe yes. There's no point pushing it doesn't. Because you've got time. Before sunset you can go. So if you've got time to go before sunset, there's going to be less people there, why not? Okay. Another common mistake, we're still on the 10th, remember. Another common mistake is, people go to Jamarat and as soon as they see the first one, they get all 7 together and they say, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. And the reality is, on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you ignore the first one. That's the small shaitan. Ignore him. Second one, you ignore him. But you'll see people pelting. And then some rabbis say, don't say that I didn't tell you. You just ignore it. Yes, people will be pelting because people don't know. If you can't tell people, not today, this is for tomorrow. It's not in there today. It's holiday. First two, ignore. Brothers and sisters, on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you ignore the small one, you ignore the middle one, and you only pelt the big one. Only pelt the big one. Remember this. Because a lot of people, when you see everyone's doing it, so I must be, why am I not doing it? So what do? You start doing it. Wrong. And if you start doing it, you've lost your pebbles from Muzdalifah, so you missed out on the Sunnah. And plus, you've done it wrong. So on the first day, you ignore the first one, ignore the second one, and you get to the daddy one, big one. Remember, I said daddy one, so you remember. Now, these 7 pebbles, even this one is too big. You don't have to aim for it. It's none of that. You're not playing bullseye, you're not playing darts. You go like a civilized person, and around that, there's a big circle. It's not to target this. It needs to fall inside the circle. Okay, that's what your target is. Now, the reason why we pelt the shaitans is because when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was taking Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, these were the exact 3 points where shaitan came and tried to distract him. Okay, now when the shaitan came and distracted him, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam took 7 pebbles and he chucked it at shaitan. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Raghaman lish shaitan. That's what he did. And Allah liked that so much, Allah made it first on the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these are the 3 points of deception. It's not that shaitan is in them. So when you get to the third one, you don't aim for the pillar, just make sure that it's in the circle. Remember them pebbles that you picked up from Muzdalifah. You hold it between your thumb and your index finger. Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Inside the hole. 7 times. After you have done that, we're still on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, you walk away and it's one-way traffic. Now, brothers and sisters, for Allah's sake, don't turn back that way, even if you have left anything, because if you do, that's when the clash happens. If you've got a Pakistani guy with a child on top of his head, right in front of me, this is in 2004, and I said to him in Urdu, Bhai Sahab, don't turn back. Don't even look back with that child, and he's got a suitcase. Are you with me? All he did was turn back. I must have gone 2 meters. I saw him, his child, everyone just crushed him to death. Just in front of my, crushed him to death. Now the situation is better. Okay. Now during, when you walk in, Wallahu, I've not been in 3, 4, 5 years. If he gets rushed, your top chadar might flow away. Your sandals might rip. Never bow down to pick you up. Even if the top chadar goes. To save your life, Zanbasani is force. Allah likes your life. And you will use common sense. just keep on walking, don't turn back. After you have pelted the first one on the 10th, that's the first thing you need to do on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Second thing you need to do on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah is Qurbani. Now Qurbani, you will sort it out before you come to Hajj. You'll either go to a market, you'll either buy a camel or a cow, whatever you want, and they will give you a time. Or they will take your phone number and they will call you to say that we have done your Qurbani. Once you have had this confirmation that they have done your Qurbani, Alhamdulillah, your Qurbani is done. For some people, when I was there, I actually went to the market, bought my cattle, and I went and I was thinking that I'm going to do Qurbani myself. But when I went in there and I saw the Egyptian and Sudanese brothers, they had camels, are you with me? And JCB trucks pushing the camel in, I couldn't pack it anymore, and I just leave. So anyway, you need that confirmation of the Qurbani done. However, you need that confirmation. Whether it's the group operator, tour operator, he needs to tell you, Alhamdulillah, your Qurbani is done. After he says your Qurbani is done, that's the second thing on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. The first thing was to pelt the big daddy shaitan. Second thing was to make sure the Qurbani is done. After he tells you the Qurbani is done, for the male, you go and shave your head. That's the third thing you do. After you've shaved your head, you go, you have a bath, you have a shower, you put your nice clothes on, and you go and do your tawaf ziyarat. You go and do your tawaf ziyarat. And that will be, by the time you do your tawaf ziyarat, it could be 1 o'clock at night. It could be 1 o'clock at night. That day is very physically demanding. Now you go to harem, you do your tawaf ziyarat, you do your safa marwa in your normal clothes, and after that, the tawaf ziyarat is the second farz of Hajj. If someone didn't do tawaf ziyarat and came back to England, he's still in the state of ihram. His wife is not halal for him, he is not halal for his wife, because he's not come out from ihram yet. Okay? So that's the second farz of Hajj. One was stopping in Arafah, second one is tawaf ziyarat. After you've done your tawaf ziyarat, that's the fourth thing on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. First one was the pelt the shaitan, second one was Qurbani. After the Qurbani is shaving your head, after that is tawaf ziyarat. After you've done your tawaf ziyarat, you've had something to eat, you shouldn't stay in Makkah. Okay? You go back to Mina. When you go back to Mina, all you do is on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah now, you've read your Fajr, it's the 11th of Dhul Hijjah, you come back to the Jamarat, you pelt this shaitan 7 times, you pelt this shaitan 7 times, you pelt this shaitan 7 times, before Asr, and then you go back to Mina. There's path to go back to your tents. So on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah, you pelt all 3, 7 each.
Which order?
Say, small, middle and big.
अभी तो 24 आवर के लिए उन्होंने नहीं कर दिए कि मार.
It's open 24 hours. According to the Hanafi school of thought, which we are, best to do before Asr namaz. Okay?
लेकिन मार सकते हैं.
मार सकते हैं. If someone for some reason couldn't get there, could do it later on night, that's no problem. But the best time for us is before Asr namaz. And if you play clever, alhamdulillah, it's fine, you can do it with ease. So on the 11th, you've pelted. On the 11th, there's no more other thing. You go back to Mina on the 12th, you pelt this shaitan 3 times, you pelt this shaitan 3 times, you pelt this shaitan 3 times. When you pelt him, this Haji and this Faisal Mia who I took from Oldham has become Haji Faisal Mia. So on the 12th, after pelting the 3, when he comes out from there, that Yusuf that we used to know, who is sent from Oldham, the 11th of September, has become Haji Yusuf. That's the 5 days of Hajj. Now, if someone didn't leave or couldn't leave before sunset on the 12th and he stayed on the 13th, he'd have to pelt them on the 13th as well. That's the only difference. If you couldn't leave before sunset on the 12th, 12 তারিখ যুলহিজ্জার মাগরিবের আগে যদি আপনারা এই তিনটার মারিয়া যদি বাড়িতে পারবেন না 13 তারিখে এই তিনটার মারা লাগবে ওখানে খেয়াল রাখুন যেন
After the pelting, after you finished it, you shaved it.
No. After you've done your tawaf, before your tawaf ziyarat, to come out from your ihram, you would do the halaq. And after that, you're in normal clothes.
So after the pelting, you don't shave?
No. After you've done your pelting, you're in your normal clothes. Why are you shaving for? You only shave to come out from your ihram. Okay?
But you already had a shave.
Yeah, so these are your 5 days. Hold on. These are your 5 days of Hajj. On the 12th of Dhul Hijjah, inshallah, the people we send from Oldham have become Hajji, inshallah.
So what happens if your tour people are all done it and you've not done it and they need to get out on the 13th? So, you know, like, say for example, everybody's done it and out of the group, you know, the group you go on, you didn't do it. It was already Maghrib, you have to stay there.
You have to do the 13th.
Yeah, so does that mean the tour group go, or you tell the tour group what?
You just inform the group that I will have to do 13, let them go, and you will have to do your own and then go and join them at your hotel. But by that time, you'll be so familiar with the system. Are you with me? The tour group will be in one direction, and you and your group will be in another direction. It just happens. People don't wait around.
अच्छा तवाफ ज़ियारत के बाद से पहले भी आप 7 ज़ुल हज्जा को सही कर सकते हैं ना?
I've got a message here, sisters. There's a lot of disturbance. Please respect the people who are there and don't talk loudly, please. If someone wanted to do the Safa Marwa for the Tawaf Ziyarat, if he did Tawaf Ziyarat and then Safa Marwa, then yes, he can do that. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, he doesn't have to do Safa Marwa. He has to do Tawaf Ziyarat.
नॉर्मल कपड़ों में भी
Normal कपड़ों में, yeah.
उसके लिए आपको अलग कराना पड़ेगा या नहीं? सही कर रहे हैं?
No, just see. So these were the 5 days of Hajj. Quickly in a nutshell, on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, from Haram, Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Fajr, which will take us to 9th. On the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, वुकूफ़ अरफा करना है, मगरिब नमाज को कज़ा करना है, मुज़दलिफ़ा में मगरिब और इशा एक साथ पढ़ना है. We're collecting the pebbles. We read Tahajjud namaz, we read Fajr namaz, we come back to Mina. That will bring us on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. On the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, 4 important things to do. Number 1, only pelt all 3 or 1 Yusuf?
One.
Just the one.
What's the first one?
No, the last one, the big one. Yeah. After that, we do Qurbani, wait for confirmation. That's the second thing. The third thing is halaq of the head. And the fourth thing is Tawaf Ziyarat. Then we come back on the Mina. We read our Fajr namaz. We're on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah. Pelt the shaitan 7, another 7, another 7. Come back to Mina to our tent. We're on the 12th of Dhul Hijjah. Pelt the 3 shaitans again. And come out to the Hajj.
When you say Tawaf Ziyarat, you mean Arafat then, not
No.
Mina.
No, we're in Mina. From Mina to Makkah. On the 10th, after we've done the pelting of the big shaitan, we go towards Makkah. We wait for our confirmation that the Qurban is done. After the Qurban is done, we shave our head. We have our bath, wear our normal clothes, then go on to Tawaf Ziyarat and Safa Marwa.
7.
Yeah, 7. Same as Umrah.
You know, on Arafah, do we combine Zuhr and Asr together?
No, we don't.
But we don't.
As Hanafi Muslims and Hanafi school of thought, we read Asr time, Zuhr time. If you ended up in Masjid al-Imra, they would do Zuhr and Asr together. We would do our individual namaz. However, if we go to Masjid al-Imra, then yes, we would do that. But usually people would do their own Jamaat in their tent. Asr namaz goes to Zuhr.
But Zuhr they can't come to do the dua until Asr.
Yes, that's what you do. Yes, absolutely, yeah. So after Zuhr, the entire time you spend there is about dua. But the sunnah is, after Asr Salah, you leave your tents and open Hawaraz al-Bukhara in the surah.
But regarding pebbles,
Yeah.
some people say collect 70 of them.
70.
70.
If anybody's spending 13 days.
70, but if we throw 7 at the first day, and last 3 din, 7 koida 3.
21 plus 21 is 42. Plus the 7 makes it what? 49.
But now for who wants 70 pebbles?
Now, I know why people say 70 in case you had to do them on the 13th.
It is confusing because I've been to one earlier on today, they said collect 70. Handsome.
The reason why they've said 70 is if you need to pelt on the 13th.
And when you say you miss it, you can't do one to drop, you can't pick it back up.
Yeah, it's makruh to pick it back up.
It's other-
Yeah, just give sadaqah.
आप हरम में औरतों के लिए क्या रेकमेंड करते हैं? ज़्यादा औरतें जाती हैं तो वहाँ पे ये कहती हैं कि हमने नमाज पढ़नी हरम में, क्योंकि कोई उलमा तो कहते हैं कि बेहतर है कि वो अपने होटल में भी पढ़ सकती हैं।
नहीं। If I understand where they come from, the best place is the situation here. The best place for a woman to read namaz is her house. There's no doubt in that. Okay. Now, for me, brother, if someone has gone to Hajj, and woman, are you with me, and she's not on her monthly cycle, if she wanted to read namaz at her home, that'd be best. But if she wanted to read namaz in harem, it's also permissible, and I think she should do.
और अगर आप नमाज पढ़ रहे हैं और औरत आ गई है, मैंने तो किसी आलिम से सुना था कि आपने उसको मूव कर दिया,
आपका नमाज पढ़ जाएगा।
तो कहते हैं कि आपने अगर उसको ऐसे इशारे से कह दिया तो आपका नमाज तो हो जाएगा, लेकिन उसका वो नमाज खराब होगा।
You're right. If you're a Hanafi and you're reading namaz and someone just says Allahu Akbar, you have to move as the man and give woman the respect, or else your namaz is not accepted. Well, alhamdulillah, I can say from my experience, when you go to haram, men go on one side and the women go on one side. We need to be careful and we need to think in which direction where we go and read namaz. So that situation doesn't occur. Any more questions?
So
Yes,
when you start to give dam, how much is dam and where would you give it? Sorry. Is it a small?
What up?
Sadaqah is £3.
The sadaqah is 1 sa of dates, which is £3, and dam is
550 riyals.
the dam is 550 riyals. You have to work that out. And yeah, no, let me see you go. Ask the local people what the price of a dam is.
So you said once you're in the state of ihram, obviously you can't scratch or anything at the hair pause, you have to give dam.
Yeah.
Is it?
If we have to be careful in how we do this. I've just done that unintentionally, and it's fall. Are you with me? I would not give them. I'd probably give sadaqah. We've all done this, yeah. We need to be careful of that, because Allah wants to make it easy for you. We need to keep that in mind, or else we'd really give it them every time we do something. So we need to be very careful of that. Yes. Bangla. After that, please, Mohila for Doyakodia, on you want to disturb or after please, Doyakodia Makwana. Any more questions? 5 days of Hajj? Yes, brother.
Well, I took classes, they said you can't put a cloth over your face when you're sleeping.
When you're sleeping?
Yeah, when you're sleeping.
In the state of Ihram. That's right. Because obviously when you're sleeping you don't know what happens, so it touch with the face, so yeah. Right.
What about with currency? You have to exchange over there.
With currency I would recommend and advise if you can take £50 notes.
The bigger the rates they give you. The bigger the notes, the bigger the rates they give you.
So if you can, £50 notes. If you got enough, give me some as well. Anyhow, £50 notes, but all the time, it's easy to carry and you get better rates. And just change it at the Sarraf exchange over there. They give you good rate. So you don't have to change, pounds and take this much riyal with you. They stop you at the airport and the rest of it is problem. Just take British pounds with you. £50 notes. It's best to change it over there.
So what if you wanted to take somebody else with you? What's the maximum would you see?
Phone me later, I'll tell you.
Cash wise, so like.
I don't know. It's everyone's individual, isn't it?
So with the airport, they
Yeah.
won't stop you.
Just take a couple £100.
Yeah.
But you won't need it really. But let me tell you also this as well. It's not, you can do shopping. A lot of people fear, Yallah, if I do shopping, what's this kind? At your time, make a timetable. That this time, inshallah, we're going to go out for shopping. This time, I'm just going to go out for, make a timetable. Enjoy yourself. Are you with me? But the best thing to do is, Saudi is nightlife. So, if you want to read Tahajjud Salah, your Isha Salah, relax a bit in the night. After Fajr, go to sleep till Zuhr. Because it's hot there. And that weather is not good for us. If you don't like heat or for people who... And then after Zuhr, do your preparation for the day and spend your day like that. Nightlife is good in Saudi, and from Fajr to Zuhr namaz you have a rest, and it's entitled to people. But choose the room partners that you have, and you're doing. So if you're middle age and you like the AC on, and you've got someone who's 70 who doesn't like the AC, obviously there's going to be conflict there. So choose your room partners. I can't tell you who snores, who doesn't snore. That's the issue. Anyway. Someone might want to go sleep in the night. Someone might want to do ibadat in the night. So you just need to be conscious of that. So be careful who you choose the rooms with. These are practical advice. Yes, brother.
So you know when you go to when do the tour operator take you to Medina the day after once Hajj is done or?
No, I'm going to start Medina now, inshallah. We're almost there. We just
You know, on Arafah you go from obviously from Mina, Zamarat to Makkah, you trust that. Is it better to walk back, or do you go to walk back to Mina, or is it best to go?
You might have no option but to walk back,
right,
because the taxi services and whatever is just, by the time you wait for them, get on them and get there, you probably walk it better.
It's better. Most people have known.
Yeah, but then again it depends on who you're with and your companion. You just have to play that, whilst you're there and just think, oh, what's the best option. But I've walked it there and I've also took the taxi there, and you just have to plan these things when you're there.
What's the best option, man? Is it better to walk than most places?
I think if you've got the capacity to walk, I think walking.
Places.
There's definitely more swab in walking. Okay, and that's why you need to be fit.
How long of a distance is it?
It's 3 kilometers, about 3.5 kilometers from Makkah to Mina. Now, that's to the border of Mina. But to get to your tent might be another 2 kilometers. So, 5 kilometers, 2.5, 3 miles.
There'll be loads of people walking,
Yes.
so if you just get in the flow, you'll be there in no time.
And always remember talbiyah to keep you energized. Yes.
It's compulsory to have topi all the time.
No, it's not compulsory at all. The topi is sunnat, okay? We should wear it. But if it's going to give you a headache or because of sun, it protects against the sun, by the way. But you don't have to wear the topi every time. But one thing I'm going to say is to adapt all the sunnats best as possible. Because if we come to Hajj and our namaz are being qaza, or we've not done the sunnat thing, then it doesn't make sense. So try to adapt it as best as possible. On that note, inshallah, we took you from Oldham to Jeddah, from Jeddah to Makkah, from Makkah to Mina, from Mina to Arafat, then Muzdalifah, took you to Mina, bought you bath, did your Qurbani, got your head shaved, bought you fantastic Dafa Jubba 54 exercise, and now Hajj is done and you become Haji Faisal. Now, the brother asked, when do we go to Medina? If you've been to Medina before Hajj, then probably you'll get back to Jeddah after Hajj, whenever your flight time is, and then you'll get back to England. Okay. Now we're talking about, we've done Hajj, we've been in Makkah, and now we're going to do the ziyarat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first thing is, the ziyarat of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Shall we have another 5 minutes break, Mu'adhu? We'll have another 5-10 minutes break, inshallah. Is that okay, or do people will carry on?
Yeah, we'll have
5-10 minutes break? The Medina won't take long, inshallah. We'll have 5-10 minutes, 10 minutes maximum break, and then quickly come back to Medina, inshallah. Now, inshallah, the 5 days of Hajj is completed. You're waiting in Makkah. You'll be either you'll either be waiting to come back to England, inshallah, or you'll be waiting to go to Madinah Sharif. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من زار قبري وجبت له شفاعتي أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Now, brothers and sisters, some people say Madinah zawa to Harina. Madinah zawa to Harina, but Madinah na gileo Hajj for us oizi ko. Amro ye koi Hajj for us oizi ko. Kintu ino koro kintu. Allah Nobir Zaharne Din Faida. Larfir Tesh Pachare Quran Nazilo Ilo. Allah Kulima Forte William the Khalifa La ilaha illallah Iman Mukummal Oina Muhammad Rasulullah Nazike. E Hishabe Amir Zone Monokori Judi life threatening situation now. লাইফ থ্রেটিং বলতে না আইলেও হইতো না, তাহলে ইয়েস একজন মানুষের এক্সাম্পট করা যায়, আর নাইলে উম্মতে মুহাম্মদি যদি দাবি করি তাহলে আল্লাহর নবীর জিয়ারত করা অত্যন্ত জরুরি ওয়াজিব। এখানে নাই আল্লাহর নবী সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামে ফরমায় মান যারা কবরি ওয়াজাবাত লাহু শাফাআতি, যে ব্যক্তি আমার কবর জিয়ারত করলো কাল কিয়ামতের দিন হে আমারে মজবুর বানাইলো তার দ্বারা আমি সুপারিশ করা হয়। এই হিসাবে আমি একজন কয়েকটা উপন্যাস হই, মক্কা যাওয়া হজ করা আলহামদুলিল্লাহ একটা ফরজ, কিন্তু মদিনা যাওয়া আমরা দায় অত্যন্ত জরুরি, ইটারে আমরা একলামে করতাম না। আর যারা কোন যে মদিনা যাওয়া এটা দরকার নাই, এরা বলবে ভাই আমার অত বেশি বলবো না, এর লাগি আপনারা আমি ক্লিয়ার ভাবে কইলাম ইনশাআল্লাহ আল্লাহ কিছু হউছেন আগে কইলাম টাইম আছে ইনশাআল্লাহ, সকল বন্দোবস্ত আছে ইনশাআল্লাহ। আল্লাহ নবীর জিয়ারত ছাড়া আমরা ব্যস্ত যাওয়া চান্স নাই, ও হিসাবে ইনশাআল্লাহ we should do the ziyarat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam inshallah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said man zara qabri wajabat lahu shafaati, whoever so went to Medina and did my qabr ziyarat of myself, then I will intercede for him on the day of judgment. That is why it is absolutely mandatory for Muslims who have got time, inshallah we should go and do ziyarat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But before leaving Makkah, whether you're going back to Oldham, whether you're going back to Madinah, it is wajib for you to do the last tawaf, which is called tawaf al-wida. Tawaf al-wida. And there is no Safa Marwa for that tawaf. Before you leave Haram Sharif, before you leave Makkah, you go into Haram, you do the 7 tawafs of the Kaaba, and you read 2 rakat namaz behind Maqam Ibrahim, and you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, number 1, accept your Hajj. Number 2, oh Allah, we know as individual, our Hajj was very weak. But Allah, there is millions of people who have done Hajj this year. And I'm sure Allah, someone's Hajj you have accepted. Oh Allah, through the blessing of that person, accept our Hajj. Never say that humne Hajj kar liya, Our Hajj, brothers, we know, and sisters, how weak it is. One thing is to have bharosa on Allah, inshallah, Allah has accepted. One thing to say with conviction, Amar hoise, that's not nice. That's not humbleness. So we should always be thinking that there's millions of people here making dua. Oh Allah, whoever dua you have accepted, with this barakat, oh Allah, accept me. And this is very important. And the reason why I say this is very important, because in the Maidan of Arafat, a Haji was sleeping in between, and 2 angels came and sat beside him. And one angel asked the other angel that how many Hujjaj have come this year? So the other angel said 6 million people have come to do Hajj this year. So this angel said, Subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted 6 million people's Hajj. So this angel said, no. Out of the 6 million, only 6 people's Hajj was accepted. The rest, Hajj was not accepted. So this angel got angry. He said, what are you talking about? So all these other millions and thousands of people going back empty-handed? He said, no. Allah is Ghafoor Rahim. Allah, through the barakat of these 6 people, has accepted the Hajj of the 6 million people. Kabhi bhi dil mein himmat nahi harne ka. We know, Ya Allah, our intentions are kokla. We know, Allah, some places we could have dealt with situations better. We know we've said wrong. We're not angels. We know we will make mistakes. Oh Allah, at the same time we know there must be people in this ummah who you are looking down upon. Allah, to the barakat of these people, accept our tawaf. Only you think. আমি যদি কই না আমার হয়ে গেছে, আমি হাদিসা হয়ে গেছে, finish. Allah doesn't want that. And that's why be nice to people. You may have done hundreds of tawaf, but our elderly woman was going to fall down. You picked the elderly woman up. This action of yours could be more beloved to Allah than your 100 tawafs. আমার দ্বারা খেয়েও কষ্ট পাইতো না, আমার এখানে মারি লাগ, আমি ফুরু হইতাম না। In the sight of Allah, I have been hit by a mehman of Allah. This is the intention. You're not in Oldham, you're not in Corpus, you're not in Westwood. Amara hilo, huh? No. Please, for Allah's sake, we do Hajj like this. Khar ek kota rahmat sita koriya, khamusi. So you do the tawaf wida, which is the 7th tawaf. Read 2 rakat wajib namaz and make dua to Allah. Wallah, you give me the opportunity to come. Give me more opportunities to come. Oh Allah, give my family members the opportunity to come. Oh Allah, I've left a whole community behind me. Oh Allah, give them the opportunity to come. Don't be bakhil in your dua. Make dua for you, your family, your community, your society, and the whole Muslim Ummah. And don't be confused in dua. Ask for everyone. Ask for everyone. Remember your deceased. Remember your parents. Remember your brothers. Remember your sisters. Remember the people who are ill. And really, really make dua. Because Allah says Allah will not waste a single dua of yours. Allah says, I am waiting for my son, a servant to make dua. It's his fault for not making the dua. So after you've done your tawaf wida, you go back to your hotels, you packed up, your coach will come and you leave for Madinah Sharif. Now the sunnah is, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left Makkah, he looked at Kaaba as much as he could till the Kaaba disappeared. You equally, when you leave Makkah, should be very, very sad and upset that you're leaving the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Upset in that sense that, Ya Allah, only you know will I get tawfiq to come back here again. And you really need to make dua at that point that Allah, give me maut in Makkah and Madinah. Who knows, Allah could accept it. Make dua for everyone, and you look at the minarets of the Kaaba, the Minars, and when the car goes or the coach goes, as much as you can, with tears in your eyes. Upset that you're leaving Kaaba, but happy that you're going to Medina. Whilst going to Medina, like we set target 10,000 of istighfar, set target of 10,000 of Durood Sharif from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if you've got Durood Sharif as your target, you've got tasbih in your hand, you read Durood Sharif. And when a person reads Durood Sharif slightly loud, other person can read Durood Sharif. Okay? Our Bangladeshi community, we have a way of doing Durood Sharif. We do collective Durood Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Do that on the coach. You want to do Milad Sharif, do it in Medina. What's the problem? Oh, we get shy there. Oh, so this is harem. Why?
Oh.
Do Durood Sharif, open, loud, sit down in front of the Roza Athar, they've got space there. Sit down, read your wazifas, read your durood, salat and salam on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What's your problem? It's open. So all the way to Medina, Durood Sharif, Sunnat. People who have got beards, don't touch your beards. The Sunnat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People wear hat, people wear nice clothes, people put attar on, people, if you can't put surma on, all the Sunnat you need to practice. And just imagine where you're going to. From the minute you are born, in the hospital, what do you do? Azan, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. From the very moment we are stamped with Iman with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's name. From the moment we were born, till we went to Maktab school, every time we hear Rasulullah, 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 and now is the time is to go and see Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. That's the energy that should be there. So you go in your coach to Medina Sharif, it's a lot more relaxed in Medina. It's a lot more quieter, a lot more organized. In Makkah it's very hot. In Medina it's total opposite. You know why it's opposite? Because the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is sleeping in Medina. And it is a totally different atmosphere in Medina, subhanAllah. And your job in Medina is, like the Haji used to read Talbiyah, the person who is visiting Medina, your job is to read Durood Sharif from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Utte, boite, putte, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In Madinah Sharif, people try to get the 40-time namaz in Jamaat. Okay. Some people might say that's bid'ah. Some people might say this. No. The reason why they say 40 namaz is Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if a person read 40 waqt namaz in Jamaat, then namaz becomes established for him. Namaz becomes his adat. To make the adat, which mosque can be better than Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? That's why we say 40 of namaz. It's not bidat. Okay. If someone can't do 8 days, he did 5 days, alhamdulillah. But that's the intention of 40 of. In Madinah Sharif, your hotels and everything, wherever it is, similarly, when you got women folk with you, remember the door you entered with, remember the gate you entered, remember the hotel, do the same procedures you did in Makkah. It will save you a lot of headache if someone got lost. In Madinah Sharif, all you have to do is a lot of Durud Sharif, a lot of recitation of the Quran, and at least make a habit that at least once or twice you're going to do ziyarat of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's qabr. Okay. In Madinah Sharif, there is a place, and that place is called Rawzatun min Riyazil Jannah, a garden from the gardens of paradise. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, from my mimbar till the original part of the mosque. How do we know it's the original part? The carpet. There's someone parked a small Toyota Yaris. What color? There's a black Toyota who's is parked inside the car park. Please can you move the car? I think we have some problems. Black Toyota. If it's anyone's, please can you move that car, please? It's blocking someone in, going out. I think it's someone from the sister side. Please, sister, if you've got black Toyota with stopping someone coming in and going out, please do sabr and move car. Anyhow, so now Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's qabr in Medina. So the Rawzatun min Riyazil Jannah, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whatever is in between my mimbar and my masjid, that's Rawzatun min Riyazil Jannah. That's the original mosque of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now you can't read 5 times there because you have to give other people a chance. Don't go there and Allahu Akbar, Subhan. That's wrong. Why is it wrong? Are you the only Haji who's come to do Hajj? There's millions of people. If everyone doesn't give other people a chance, then it doesn't matter if you read 1,000 rakats there. Your swab is gone because you've not been considerate about another Muslim brother. So in Medina, women can come at one time, male can come at one time. So you do recitation of the Quran sitting in Masjid Nabawi. The second thing you do, you read a lot of Durud Sharif. The third thing you do is you try to read namaz in Rawzatun min Riyazil Jannah. The fourth thing is at least once a day or twice a day you are going to do the ziyarat of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now the masjid of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is there, the Imam stands here, and behind there is the grave and the shrine of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So you come through the right hand side and you walk through a passage. And believe me, when you walk through this passage and you can feel a magnet pulling you towards, and then you go in front of the Rawzah. Now there's 3 sections. 1 section, 2 section and 3 section is gold jali work. The first jali work is empty. There's no one in there. The middle jali work is got 3 circles. The big circle, behind the big circle, or in the Rawzah, that's the grave of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And next to him is Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and next to him is Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So when you walk past the Rawzah, this is the moment when you give salat and salam to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulallah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Habiballah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya rahmatan lil alameen. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya shafi al-muslimin. Whatever you know, Allahumma salli ala, Allahumma barik ala, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And you make intention, oh Allah, give salam for myself I give salam for my deceased mother and father. I give salam for my children. I give salam for my community. And you have intention of all this. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when a person gives me salam in Roza Athar, I, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, replies to his salam. Now you tell me, if I've gone there with my iPhone, isn't it? Come on, brothers. Come on, sisters. It's not respect, is it? Come on, give, because that intention is not there. Are you with me? You as a concerned individual, you've got children, you've got parents, you've got wife, you've got brothers, sisters, whoever you want, on behalf of them, give salam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam hears that salam and he replies to that salam. This is our aqidah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is aware about our salam. That's why it's very important, brothers and sisters, with utmost respect, salat and salam pesh karo. When you finish after Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, equally you give salam to Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Amirul Mu'mineen, the first Khalifa of Islam. Then you move on to Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, you give salat and salam. After you've come out from the passage, in front there's enough space to sit down. Lift your hands and make dua. Give salat on Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Treat as if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in front of you. You will do mahsoos. You can't see him because we don't have them eyes. But there have been in history ulamas who were so indulged in the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like Madani rahmatullahi alayhi. When a student said, "Oh Madani, you talk about Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've heard about him for so many years. Where is he?" And he said, "Look," and he looked, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what you call iman. So hum to us caliber ka nahi hai. We haven't been made like that. Inshallah, there may be brothers and sisters, but there is one thing, you can feel the presence. You can really feel that you're in somewhere special. Yahan se hona chahiye. It needs to come out from here. After you've done that, you go out, you make dua, and you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that on the day of judgment, He gives you the intercession of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After you've done the ziyarat, just a couple of 100 meters away is the Jannatul Baqi, where more than 10,000 Sahabas are buried. Go and do ziyarat over there and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we've not seen them real life, but on the day of judgment, Hamara Hashan Nashar unke saath karna. You can only ask, and you don't know which dua Allah will accept of yours. Here in Madinah, a lot of Durood Sharif, ziyarat, then there's some historical sites which is sunnah to go and see. Inside the Rawzatul min Riyazul Jannah, there's pillar. So it says on top, Ustawane Ali. This is where Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to say. Ustawane Aisha. This is where Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha used to say. This is the Chabutra, the courtyard where Ahl Sufa used to learn from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So try to read two rakats near them pillars. Is sunnah. And in Medina, there's masjid like Masjid of Quba, the first mosque established in Medina when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came. So he read namaz there, his Sahaba read namaz there. It's not bid'ah for me to go there. If Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam read namaz there, I as a ummah am going to read 2 rakat namaz there. Masjid al-Qiblatain, where the Prophet ﷺ was told to move the direction of Qibla from Jerusalem, Masjid al-Aqsa towards Masjid al-Nabawi. Go and visit that. You feel the presence. And Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Jummah, where the Prophet ﷺ led Jummah namaz, Masjid al-Qiblatain, the one we talked about. And there's also these wells which Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu donated, the mountain of Uhud, the grave of Hazrat Amir Hamza radiallahu ta'ala anhu. There's so much to see. So take time out for ziyarah of this place with the intention of sunnah. And in Medina, the atmosphere is relaxed, the atmosphere is more chill. But one thing special dua you make, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we have not seen you. Give us the ability to see you in our dreams in this dunya and in the life after Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Don't forget us. And really cry. Let tears flow. There Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ka naam, his action, his characteristic, he's right in front of you, 200 meters. 200 meters. So adab, intihad Jakada. Everything in Medina respect, in Makkah respect. Because remember that story I told you. You don't want Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to say, come back, get out, leave my Medina. No biadab. Intihad Jakada. Are you with me? Sit down. If you got a Thursday night there, sit down. Are you with me? Just read through Sharif. Just think how must have been here in Medina when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And most definitely, there is something about Medina and Makkah that automatically, unintentionally, sukutun zor zor. Because this is where Islam flourished and blossomed, and this is where Allah has given you the opportunity. So this is, my brothers and sisters, the training about Hajj. We've gone through the Umrah process, the 5 days of Hajj and Ziyarat of Medina, inshallah. So this is where we would like to stop. There's one thing I would like to say. First thing is, you don't need to pay me. You don't need to pay me. There is one thing I will demand from everyone. Is when you make dua, you remember me, my family, my parents, my brothers and my sisters, my Muslim community of Oldham and the whole Muslim Ummah. You remember everyone. Secondly, the place we were sitting in, Commerce Learning Center, is a madrasa. Alhamdulillah, this is our 5th Hajj seminar. Big dua for this place that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the ability, and Allah gives us the ability to enhance this place. And third thing, more than anything which is important, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps us steadfast on deen, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that last time when we leave dunya gives the ability to die with the kalima. But the dua is the biggest thing. And constantly make dua that, oh Allah, I don't know if my Hajj is accepted or not. I believe it's accepted. I have hope in you. But oh Allah, for those people's Hajj you have accepted, Allah accept my Hajj. Because we know as humans we will do wrong. But the biggest lesson that we need to learn from Hajj is sabr. If we put that word in our heads, in our minds, in our body, sabr, patience, inshallah we won't go wrong. Inshallah. Questions, yes. I think what we do is, because the sisters don't get a chance to interact with us, what we do after the session is I go in for about 5-10 minutes and they can ask me live questions and I answer them. If brothers have got any questions before you leave, you can ask me now. And inshallah after this we will make dua. Anything else, Malakam?
Just a couple of announcements, our services.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, Compass Learning Center has been established over a number of years now. We have a maktab system, which is a very good maktab system for children. We've got the Alamiya course for brothers and sisters over the weekdays, evenings and the weekends. We hold seminars like this regarding different issues at different times of the year. We have a yearly conference that we do as well. Alhamdulillah, all this is provided by local scholars of Oldham. So inshallah, if you need to find out more about the services, please do get in touch with us. And inshallah, we from the Compass Learning Center wish everyone a successful Hajj. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you. May Allah give us the tawfiq to do Hajj according to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inshallah, we're going to make the dua now.
Yeah, inshallah. We've got some courses coming up.
Right.
One course is, just few brothers here. One is an academic course on the Israeli-Palestinian issue. So you'll be on one day intensive seminar talking about the history of Israel, talking about the history of Palestine, what's led to the fight, what's led to the problems there, and the Zionist press, the arguments that the Zionist press that keeps on telling us Israel is not at fault, Israel has the right. What are the counter arguments to that? So we've done a lot for our Palestinian brothers and sisters during Ramadan and after to understand their plight, understand their problems, and we've done a lot to support them. But this is the first academic course where we can really engage with the subject. It will be a one-day intensive. If you leave your details with us, email or some point of contact, we can contact you for that course, which is upcoming after Hajj, inshallah.
Inshallah, if you leave your details with us, sisters, and if there's any further course that we would like to advertise to you, inshallah, please leave your contacts. We're going to make a small dua now, and then inshallah brothers can go, and then we'll take a question from sisters, and then sisters can go. So everyone read to Sharif Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam. Hayyana rabbana bis-salam. تباركت ربنا وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت وسلمت وباركت ورحمت وتحننت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إنا نسألك حجا مبرورا وذنبا مغفورا وسعيا مشكورا وتجارة لن تبور. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. إله العالمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. Ya Allah, you have given us Iman, give us the ability to safeguard our Iman. Oh Allah, for these brothers and sisters who have intended to go to Hajj, oh Allah, make the Hajj Baytullah easy for them. Oh Allah, give them the ability to do Hajj according to the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Allah, make their journey easy for them. Oh Allah, for them, oh Allah, protect them from all kind of evil and calamities. Oh Allah, give them the ability to do Hajj Maqbool and Mabrur. Oh Allah, accept Hajj on behalf of them, on behalf of the millions of people who will be going to do Hajj. Oh Allah, accept all our du'as during Hajj. Oh Allah, protect us. Oh Allah, for those who have been given the ability to go time and time again, for those who haven't been, oh Allah, give us the ability to go. Oh Allah, accept our du'as. Oh Allah, forgive our parents. Oh Allah, give our parents Jannatul Firdaus. Oh Allah, accept our du'as, and Ya Allah, we ask for intercession of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the day of judgment. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. بفضله سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.